Hello everybody. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy January 30th. I don't know what day it is. I think it's Friday. How you guys doing? Hi, Sirens, Orange Quick, Shells, M. Boswell, Average Teacup, Chem245. Hi, how you doing? Welcome back. Let me know if I need to adjust my sound around a little bit. We turned it up yesterday for the show, and now we got to make sure our game music's not gonna win. What are we saying here? I want to check in here. I so badly want to fix the transmog. This one updated on the login screen. I want to fix the transmog of all of my alts. Or like maybe set up like some context transmogs for my main. I should just commit the gold to it. I should just spend the gold and do it. And not worry about whether or not it's going to get any cheaper. I think it's about as cheap as it's going to get. But I want today to see if I can make a dent in my class order hall collecting, which means trying to finish my hunter campaign and troops, and then trying to finish... Actually, the monk thing I think I just have to log in. Trying to do blacksmithing. Trying to get my house to level 8 today. Nice. Another approach I could take for decor is I could do endeavor tasks to farm more tickets and then look for groups to shop, because I ended up spending all of my community coupons or whatever, and I don't yet, not that anyone should be expected to yet, but I don't yet have all of the decor from all of the endeavors. I have a good chunk of it, but not all of it. This, I think, is just going to be contingent on finishing these missing vessel missions, which, for whatever reason, I'm just awful at. 27%. I guess it's a level 43 mission. I guess I have to level my guys. This did not happen. I swear this was not a problem on any other class, but whatever. That's fine. I don't even have 6 champions yet. Clearly I'm missing some stuff. Anyway, I'll send you guys on a leveling mission, I suppose. Hang on, which ones did I want to use for this? 1, 2, 3. Hilaire, Lorne, and Emerald. Let's see if we can level them in this mission. Oh. No. No, I can't! Maybe if we do this. Yeah, there we go. Rexar needs to go carry them. Holy smokes. Okay. Let's check on recruits, because we're 19 and 20 troops recruited. I think I maybe set a work order for one of them? Or if I didn't, maybe I can. Finding the groups helped a bunch for me. Yeah. It feels a little cheesy to rush it like this. I'm sure I would get all of this stuff over time, but it's hard to not do it when it's as easy as it is. Hi, Hazel, hi. You know, I'm a little worried I'm spoiling future endeavor engagement for myself by making them boring by just getting everything right now, but like... I think this is how the system is supposed to work. Alright, so we'll at least get another piece of decor once that troop recruitment comes back. I can't speak to what's going on with the missions. This is the only class. The rest of them, I didn't have to level anybody. I made it through the missions quite smoothly without needing to level a thing. I think this quest is just for the second artifact. Yeah, that's not necessary. Alright. Box ticked off while we're in between major content. Yeah, I suppose you're right. There's going to be lots to do. Heaven knows there's going to be lots to do at midnight, so. Now add more decor for points. Oh, for sure. There's going to be more endeavors, but I wonder if they didn't expect people to get everything from these ones, like, you know, week 1. Cool shirt. Oh, thank you. All right, so leave this. I'm going to log in on the monk and see if her research finished. I don't remember what time of day I sent it. It might need some more time. We'll have a look at it. I think it must have been late in the day because I remember doing the campaign, like, right up until the end of the day. Did you see Art got Twitch partner? No, I didn't. I'm not familiar with that channel. Unless we mean the concept of art. In which case this gets kind of meta. Leveling up for the professions for War Within, hard to do for blacksmithing. I was having a tough time with it for leatherworking. I was beholden to sparks, which was kind of causing me some problems. Yeah, so we come back at the very end of the stream. We'll come back at the very tail end of the stream, and I should have my last monk piece. Okay, so I think we're doing professions. I think we're doing professions. Unless there was some reason I wanted to keep doing garrison campaign. I forget why. I think we should just do professions. I've been putting them off for a while. So my options are either start blacksmithing or see if I can finish leatherworking. Let's log into him. We're gonna get a Darkmoon Fair soon-ish. This one might start early in the month. Hope they made professions easier for midnight. Artemis EU, I see. Oh, thanks, Alpha Centauri. Hope you're doing well. Thought the game was free to play. Would have loved to try out WoW again. I think it's free to play up to a certain level. I don't think they're doing like a wider free weekend. Do leatherworking. My leatherworking is almost finished. The only thing I need is to get 7 more skill points in Kazalgar leatherworking, and then I'm done. Everything else is finished. But blacksmithing after that. Here, I'll show you my homebound. I'll show you what we're working on here. Turn it back on. Hello all. Hi Spanky. How you doing? Happy Friday. Welcome to the beginning of your weekend. So in homebound, I'm working through profession decor. So I have all of the profession decor made from tinkering, everything from alchemy, save the work table because I'm not dealing with the Black Lotus thing yet. All of the cooking, enchanting, engineering, inscription, jewel crafting, and tailoring completely finished. Leatherworking is completely finished with the exception of those 7 skill points. So that's kind of what I was thinking of working on now. And then there's blacksmithing. So I'm kind of up at the point where that's the next thing to do. It's going to be kind of expensive, but I have some gold to throw at it. I think I just need to get over myself and do it. Astor the Super Mage, thank you very much for the 10-month resub. Appreciate it. Well, here, let's clear some room. These bags hurt. This is a mess. How do you expect to find anything in all of this mess? Alpha Centauri, thanks for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. I hope you enjoy your ad-free viewing. Black Lotus, a myth. Looking for him, didn't see them. They're rare. There are some spots, but the problem is that anything that feels like a... And maybe people are kind of moving off of it now, but anything that feels like a good plan to get them, you're not the only one who has that idea. There's like a little garden in the Lights Hope Chapel area that can spawn like a blackest lotus or something. And that gives you a couple of them. The trick is to get it before someone else does. I haven't tried. It sounded like too much heat for me. Saber Direct, thank you very much for the 19-month resub. Appreciate it. Bought the table on the cheapest server I could find. Yeah, academically. Let me look. It's funny because I have the recipe for the thing. So this is Undermine Exchange. This is how I look up how much something might cost on different realms. So apothecary... I don't remember how they spelled it, so let's just search for that right now. Apothecary's work table, that's the one. So, the cheapest one in all of North America is priced 42,500 gold. And that is on Illyria. And then it looked like maybe Moonguard had... Moonguard... Area 52 is usually a good realm to shop on. It's up there at 50k. Moonguard has a couple for 45. The material price, it needs, what, 8 Black Lotus? That's the main expensive thing. The rest of the mats are kind of negligible, I think. Here, we're going to need Auctionator back. I just want to compare the mat cost. So Black Lotus at 4.2, 32. It is cheaper to make it. It's still going to be in the range of 35,000 gold, but that's still 10k cheaper than the cheapest one. It's still too much for me to do right now. When it's the last thing I need, then I will probably do it. But until then, ooh, 70k in Area 52 a couple of weeks ago. Holy smokes. I mean, you have it now. That's a flex. That's pretty cool. So... to level, I got the recipe for this. I just need sparks. This character is not on a server or in a guild with any of my other characters, so I can't use the sparks of my ult, so he needs to use his own sparks. And I think for the War Within, best way for spark catch-up is just to do your weeklies? Question mark? Let me look in the vault. Getting satchels from Mysterious Fortune in Northrend. Joining before I head to a work meeting soon. Alright. Hope you have a good meeting. Let's see. Because I would need 3... I would need to make 3 more of these things. So if I took 2 tokens of merit... You need 6 tokens of merit to get half a spark? Alright, you can bite me. I'm taking the tokens of merit, but I'm probably just using them for gold. That's not reasonable. Especially this deep into the patch. There should be a number of catch-up sparks that are kind of like available to me. Electros, thanks for the 21-month resub. Appreciate it. It's funny. Sparks are something that I feel like on my main... Ooh, let me check Warbank real quick. I feel like on my main I'm like swimming in them, but I'm too lazy to see if I can get anyone to invite this character to that guild, so I'm going to just do this the hard way. I want to check and see if any of the gear that I got is usable to me. Leather wrists. This is gear from the pre-patch event. 21 months later. Leather wrists. So I have 2 pieces of leather and they're both wrists. Phenomenal. That is a cloth belt. That's a cloth helmet. And then this is a ring, so I can wear that too. That'll be better than nothing. Because I'm in 102 gear. That's an offhand. He could be feral or he could be... int. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, we'll put these on. That's 102, that's 102. Just because if he's going to be doing any content, it wouldn't hurt for him to boost his item level up a smidge. This was a remix character. This is a character that I made on Legion Remix, leveled him there. The good news about doing weeklies for Sparks for Professions is that I'm also going to be getting resonance crystals, and I need those. I still have unpurchased decor in Koresh for resonance crystals because I just never earned enough of them. So we're not doing Frozen Path through time. We're not going to get confused about what the goal is. If I incidentally gear the character up, that's great, but that's not what I'm here for. And I'm not going to forget that. Okay, so I have, in the meta section, we have the World Soul. We have, I can talk and probably pick up a Delve weekly. I feel like I should be due for a 3rd weekly. Unless I did it less than 3 weeks ago, the Titan Fragments one. Delve weekly. I also started to notice that I wasn't really getting spark fragments in these. What do you want? You want Void Elf Demon Hunters. That's too bad. Watching for years, love your content, taught me so much. Excited to see you created a Worgen. Me and my family want to make a pack of Worgens. Nice. Yeah, he was, I made him a Worgen because I really wanted a character with the skinning racial. I thought he would be a really good skinning character to have. There's so many. There's so much going on. And I don't think any of this is what I'm looking for. I think maybe I only have 2 weeklies available. So if I go smoke out 3 delves and 5 world quests, I can see if that gets me. Oh, it's not even gonna. Well, I'm gonna Google this real quick. Or within catch up sparks. Different weekly chests. So you could do things like Ajkahet weeklies. You could do things like the event, like the theater troupe weekly, maybe. Undermine weeklies, maybe? Could do that? Interesting. What do you think about the Harrineers? I think they look really cool. I think I want 2 of them. I think I want one to be a hunter and one to be a druid, like a resto druid. Considering making a Worgen druid is an alt for midnight, never had one, and they're growing on me. Small 90 streak. Just a teeny tiny casual 90 streams in a row. Pairs so they don't get lonely. Yeah, one of each body type I think would be fun. If I ended up having time for any PvP, I wouldn't hate having one that was set up just for that. I don't know if the racials are any good for it, but I don't really care. Big weekly on multiple elves, get it done that way. Yeah, it's a good idea. Gonna race swap my Nelf to Harrineer. Did I spell that right? Nobody knows. I've given up on committing to any spelling for it. I'll have to learn it eventually. Lest I embarrass myself in a title or something. Alright, let's do this world quest. I need to do about 6 of these. How many resonance crystals do I need to get the rest of this is a question. If we look at vendors and we look at War Within, and we go to the Tazavesh ones, it says I'm missing 2 items, which is this corner pipe segment and this corner pipe segment. And it says everything else I have. It doesn't say how much they are. I think it's not going to be too bad. Oh, I haven't shopped from the Mechanome Endeavor at all. I don't have the tickets for it, but that's a good thing to know. Yeah, Blizzard has had a hard... They've committed to something now. I think they had to, but it wasn't that way for a while. I'm here to collect some flowers. Am I feral spec? Yeah, I am. Good for me. Let's maybe put a button assistant on the bar so it can pick something for me to play. What if you want a ton of pipes? Well, then I'll have to farm up some more resonance crystals. But I have a feeling that knowing that I would have to farm up a ton of resonance crystals might just subconsciously prevent me from wanting to do a ton of pipes. Oh, man. Game feels like it's getting away from me lately. Yes, I've converted my extra cash. In fact, when it first happened, I converted too much cash, and then I didn't have the cash to buy. There's a 1 decor item for cash, like a little book thing. And I didn't have enough cash for that. And then I had to do weeklies to get more cash to buy that. It was a whole thing. We get to log in since pre-patch dropped. Are you thinking you're going to play for midnight, or are you going to sit this one out? Oh, do it tomorrow. Gotcha. Speaking of the pre-patch event, I think I got, yeah, I got the mount. I did this off stream. I finished doing the rest of the rares in the pre-patch event to get this mount. It's a recolor, of course. So if you got the Keystone Master Season 1 mount, I forgot that was even a thing. Basically that, different colors. Forgot about this thing. There's so many mounts in this game. I'll look at a mount that I have that I clearly collected on purpose, and I will barely remember that it was there. Definitely play. Just been busy. Since the pre-patch event, pretty uninspired. Not motivated to prioritize it. Yeah, that's fair. I would, if I were you, in that situation, try to do just enough of it to get your weeklies done. Because most of the currency you get is going to be from weeklies. So it'll give yourself a pretty big leg up to just do barely enough of it in the first week. And you've got time. Because you said you're going to log on tomorrow, so you've already sorted this out. But just making sure that at a minimum is together. Shall we do this? I don't even know if I have strat still loaded for this. Let's see if we can turn on rematch and pet battle scripts. I certainly had strats back in the last day. I don't know if you can repeat the world quest on multiple alts. To be honest, I haven't checked back. I bet you there might be new ones. I haven't checked back on my main for more of the currency. I was just going to see if I could get everything from the weeklies. Because you get so much currency from doing the weeklies. Plus, I figure maybe that gives them a week to, like, fix the zone a little bit. Now, weekly's totally soloable. You don't need other players. It just wants you to do some world quests and some rares. And the rares should scale. Although I imagine there's going to be people doing the rares basically up until the expansion launches. You could repeat an ult, but you wouldn't get the currency. Yeah. Well, then what's the point of that? I think that's fair. Otherwise, it's like I'm fine with it, but it's funny that they give you something else. Resonance crystals, maybe. This is not a family battler strat. This is just a regular strat. I had my coffee a little too fast this morning. I think it went right to my head. Woo! I don't have any of the decor from the event yet. I'm going to. I was saving up for the mount next. I have like 50 or so badges because I got quite a few when I was camping the rares to get the rest of them. So I think when I get to 100 badges next, it's the mount, and then I'm shopping for the decor because I have all the pets and I bought the toy early. I got the tic-tac-toe fetus strength. That was thrilling. Let's do this one. Big old default dragon. That's what I get for not mounting up on anything. I like dragon riding world quests, but I'll never forgive them for not being 500 gold each like they were. I used to love them, and I think it's because they were so profitable. Was it 500? I think it might have been for a while. I couldn't walk past one without stopping to do it. I could be late for raid, and I would be like, yeah, I'll be there in a minute. Don't mind me. I'm not doing a dragon racing world quest. Dave 1464, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. Thanks for picking me for your Prime. Fun way to do world quests. Running in like 4 alts weekly. Also will forever hold that grudge. I made excuses for them too. When they first nerfed the gold of it, I was like, well, that makes sense. We're at the end of an expansion. They probably don't want all of the expansions worth of Dragon Racing World Quest to be profitable. So they're going to nerf the old ones, and then the new ones will give, you know, at least 500 gold each, you know, accounting for inflation. And not only did they not account for inflation, but they also didn't, these, like, I'm still doing it, but not, just because I have a weekly. 150 gold. Humph. One more, eh? For 3 delves, I want to do Isle of Dorn delves. I want to do Isle of Dorn delves because I want chances at, crackling shards. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm trying to remember where the door is to this one. They're not bountiful, and I think I can just live with that. Yeah, those things. I'm still 7 to 10. I don't see a good reason why I should do this in higher than the 1. As far as I know, the shards can still drop on the lowest difficulty. Oh, it tells you if a flicker gate is up. Although, I don't know if it's going to let me actually use it, given that this is a difficulty 1. I think sometimes they spawn, but you can't go through them if you're on too low of a difficulty. So, we'll see if they change that. Otherwise, it's funny that they just, like, tell you about it. But this should be hopefully a fast, or, like, you can use the flicker thing, but not the ethereal gate? The one that takes you to the other area. End up spending February trying to farm up Elenir. It might come to that. If I get caught up on decor, although that's kind of a big if. I should really... Because if I don't finish it now, when am I going to do it? Am I? Staying at 7 to 10 is just sad. Surely we could do, like, some farming groups or something and just get the last 3. Maybe I'm just going to get one right now. You know? Could happen. Oh, we forgot to save somebody. I think this is a pretty fast story. Which is good. I could even spam this one if I wanted to. And I might. See how fast we can make it. Kind of miss emissaries. They gave a lot of gold, and it was nice to have a structure and a reason to go do world quests that you didn't have to, like, click around in your maps or visit different zones to do. I don't like the new model of special assignments. I preferred emissaries. Maybe one day they'll bring them back. I loved a routine of logging on and just doing my emissaries for the day on my main. I don't do that anymore. I did it almost all the way through, like, BFA. When I was done with Reputation, I would still sometimes do it for gold. Rescuing some miners. Azeroth, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Yeah, sure. Feel like they dropped the ball with fishing. Hopefully it's a bit better in Midnight. Fishing and War Within. Kind of hit and miss. Positives. Loved the Derby. Derby was sick. Fish for Feast stayed valuable throughout the expansion, so that was nice. I did a lot of fishing, mostly Derby based in the beginning of the expansion, and really enjoyed it. Downsides, Weaver line was an absolute swing and a miss. I ended up just not engaging with it at all. I realized that I was happier just using, if I really wanted to like min-max fishing, you could just get a profession tool enchant, put it on your rod, and it would be arguably better than like having ground an entire Weaver line, and it was just such a confusing system that wasn't really worth it. The ghost fish, the cursed ghost fish, or whatever, you know what I mean. I don't remember what they were called, but the ones that you had to like throw back in for a buff. That was a weird mechanic that felt unfinished. I think it was supposed to be kind of like a bad event to fish one up, but you just chucked it back. And also for the longest time, it wasn't even working correctly. Like they wouldn't, it was supposed to give you, like you were supposed to only be able to catch them until you threw one back for whatever reason. And they just either didn't get that working or they chickened out on it because that wasn't how it worked even in the beginning. Weaver line was supposed to be some kind of progression system for farming fishing skill, but like the secondaries were so negligible and the way it worked was so awkward. Plus, it was the very beginning of the expansion, which was kind of the only time you would care. It was directly competing for your artisan's acuity that you probably wanted to get real profession equipment and that you had a very limited supply of. By the time you had enough extra acuity to throw at a Weaver line, you kind of didn't care anymore. You fish him up, couldn't sell or destroy him. Yeah. Morning. Good morning. Hi, hi. Hello. Rip archaeology. Oh, French spell check. Archaeology. Expected Koresh to have some fishing. Yeah, Koresh didn't have a lot of things. Did Koresh have herbs or ore? I haven't been playing a gathering character. Did they have any gathering nodes? I know the only dragon races they have are the ones in the ecodome. They did have herbs. Okay. Maybe having fish would have been counter to the point of it being ecologically hostile outside of the ecodome. You do fish in the ecodome. I fish for my little niblets or whatever. I get like 7 of them for my quest in the ecodome every week. Herbs you traded in for other herbs. Oh. And I think I'm allowed to just zip ahead and just go fight this guy here. Yeah, nothing one button can't do. No crackling shark luck. Some aspects of Koresh seemed a little half-baked. Pretty zone. Yeah. It felt rushed to me. But that's okay. That's not unusual for an end of expansion zone. Way better than the goblin zone. I love Undermine. I will accept that by any standard terms, Koresh is prettier than Undermine. But I will defend Undermine till my dying days. I'm probably going to go try and get Sparks out there after I finish these weeklies. Yeah, I think I'm still going to main Priest in Midnight. If I do switch, it'll be after I try it for a patch. Undermine brought my FPS to its knees. Looking forward to the new large delves. Hopefully you can do them in chunks, not have to do them one at a time. Yes, they said that. They said that you can save progress and then return to them later. So that's confirmed. Also bear in mind it's not a launch thing. They talked about labyrinths, but they talked about them when they were talking about like later patches down the roadmap for Midnight. So it is coming, but it's not coming with launch. Would we be willing to wait longer for better development? Do we allow cut corners so we get more timely content? Yeah, it's an interesting hypothetical. I don't really bother with that kind of thing anymore because it doesn't matter. They're going to do whatever they're going to do. It's not up to me. They're going to do whatever's going to make them money. So I want to destroy 3 tunnels. I don't think I need whatever gear I got. No, not better item level. Undermined world on aesthetically. Don't like the car, though. The car grew on me. The car grew on me a lot. I just realized that I needed to stop trying to take shortcuts. I needed to stop trying to take the crow's flight path to stuff, and I needed to just drive on the roads. Because trying to go down alleyways and up stairways was a great way to get gigas stuck. And you could get there a lot faster if you took a slightly longer route that was just on the road. But it's so counter to how we've been playing WoW this whole time. Rather they slow down, but it is not what makes them money. Hazel time! I have skinning, that's fun. Look at me go. I'm interested to turn in this weekly and see if it, like, guarantee gives me at least half a spark. If it's just a chance, that's kind of rough, especially given how many of them I need to finish my leatherworking. At that point, I would almost wait for Darkmoon Fair. 3 months worth of Darkmoon Fair points would also finish my thing. And save me some gold. Save me some effort. So we'll see how brute forceable this feels. Although I think they don't give as many skill ups as they used to. It might be more than 3. How do you like Feral? It seems fine. I'm a cat. It's just a little different. I know I don't like Boomkin, so if I'm going to be a DPS druid, Feral is the slightly less annoying option, but I'm not pressing any of my buttons myself. I'm just using one button right now. You missed the 2 AM DDoS attacks. I did. It's a peculiar time for a DDoS attack. Normally they try to target peak hours so that they inconvenience people. I have not tried Devo Demon Hunter. I'm probably not going to. Torn OG Havocbane from Legion. I think you have the best information you can work with. You have legions of experience. Staying with Shadow or going Devo Demon Hunter? What are the odds you do Darkmoon Fair 3 months in a row? 7%. Alright, I want to go back to Dornogal. I want to get out of combat so I can fly, but I keep running into stuff. I'm not a night elf. I can't shadow meld. I can just hide. You won't come this far. That's right. Oh, Poison Toadie on a 7-stream streak. Thank you. Wanted to try it. Can't bring myself to do mid-range. I'm a caster at heart. Yeah. I know myself well enough to know that I'm not going to spend a meaningful amount of time on something like a Demon Hunter. I'm just not a melee. And I know Devo is not melee, but like it's just not for me. That's okay. There's too many specs in this game for me to feel like I need to try them all. It's too much. It's much nicer if you just pick a couple and stick to those. There we go. Alright, let's open the Pinnacle Cache and have a look. Coffer Key, Resonance Crystals, Kej, Crests, Helmet, Gold, Valor Stones, and a Fractured Spark. Okay, I did get a Fractured Spark. Alright. Oh, which means I have 2, which means we can make a thing! I'm the opposite, I want to play everything. Once upon a time I was like that, and if they added something new I would have absolutely tried it, but I feel like my brain is too full. I don't have room for any new stuff that's not necessary. I feel like I'm so easily overwhelmed by WoW right now that anything that I know is not vital for me, I'm better off completely bypassing so I don't get like hung up on it because I just don't have the space in the noodle. The noggin's not. Noggin can't handle that. I'm gonna make another one of these guys. So I need some more materials. Do I have the gold for it? I do. Don't have to do a particularly good job. It's just for 3 skill ups. One of these. 400 gold worth of these. 120 gold worth of these. Yeah, not bad. 13 classes, 3 specs, 4 for Guardian, 37? You're an everything player. You dedicate yourself rigidly to one main. I am the latter. I think I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm fairly loyal to my main. I definitely have classes that I prefer for alts. You'll see me make a lot of druids and hunters. I think after priest, those two are like the thing that you're next most likely to catch me actually playing. And then I have other alts, but those are just basically for collecting and for having at least one of everything. Just because people bully me if I don't. I'm gonna go make the thing. 2 content mains, but a million roleplay alts. I am a nerd. Hi, nerd. Bracket. Kindly. Non-derogatory. Should have restarted playing WoW Midnight release instead of the end of an expansion. This is where the leatherworking stuff is. It's not even gear I can wear. That's the funny thing. I learned leather, or pardon me, mail. I had some idea that the materials were going to be cheaper, which I think they are. Yeah, I learned mail instead. So, if I wanted to do another weekly, I would do 2 more delves. Fungal folly, corrupted candles. I think we're probably better off just repeating that Earthcrawl Mines that I did twice, and then hoping that maybe we get lucky and get a, whatchamacallit? Some kind of a crystal. Might go with Pally and Midnight, or Shaman. And then if we wanted to do other weekly activities beyond that, we could take to Undermine, especially because it's going to be good reputation right now. These reps are account-wide, so I could work on Paragon caches in any character. It doesn't have to be my priest. I could take up Undermine weeklies. I should do that. That's a good idea. For Miscellaneous Mechanica. I do need more stuff for Miscellaneous Mechanica. Am I ever going to catch up? I don't know. Not with that attitude. Shaman stole my heart for pre-patch. Holy Priest took a backseat. I'm a little worried that when it comes to actually playing Midnight, Holy Priest is going to be boring for me. But I'm going to give it a fair shot. I'm not going to make a decision before the first patch. I'm going to play it, for better or for worse, for at least the first tier. And then if I'm really not happy... Because I betcha I'll get used to it. I betcha I'll get settled in. I'll figure out my groove. I usually do. I'll find out what talents feel good. And if I'm really bored, then I can learn how to do Rubik's Cubes or something. I don't know. Looking forward to finishing the decor crafting one of everything. Can clean up the mess I've made in nearly every alt's bags. I know the feeling. I feel like I'm going to be... I thought you were done! I thought you were done. I thought you'd beat me. I was competing a little bit. You can still beat me for sure, but yeah, I keep logging into characters that are carrying around the most random garbage. Time to go disc then. What if I just lock myself in my house and I just decorate it and delete it and redecorate it, like, until I'm good at it? What if I take it really personally that I'm not good at decorating and I just make myself do it until we get better at it? It's like we're training for a gladiator title except in decorating. I feel like it would be really frustrating to watch. Oh, there. You guys are doing a terrible job of ambushing. You're just kind of politely waiting in the hallway. Stubbornly farming all the mats to make everything myself. Oh. So I will beat you, but you will win. You will win the gold battle. I'm definitely spending some serious gold on this. Time to grind, decorator. Started over completely last night. Keep seeing Holy Priest lower on tier list. Feel it when I looked at the meters. Yeah. That's my rule. Never look at the tier list, never look at the meters. The question is, when I get into the raid, do I feel like I'm contributing relative to other people in my group? Like, do I feel like me picking this spec is holding us back from progressing? As long as I can kind of meet that bar of, like, I'm not being a problem by sticking to this spec, I'm fine. Back now. Welcome back. My backup plan is Druid. If I really am not having a good time on Holy Priest, I can switch to Druid. I don't want to. I am a gnome. Underneath this meat suit, there's a little gnome in there. Can't be a gnome druid. If I could be a gnome druid, that would be a conversation. As a fellow Holy Priest main, I'm stubbornly optimistic, but prepared to pull the trigger to rest a druid. I like how we have the same backup plan, if needed for progression reasons. Yeah. I'm not expecting it to come to that. My guild generally progresses regardless. Heroic is set up in a way, and like the self-nerfing of content is set up in a way that you're gonna get it down eventually. Especially with how much gear you can get outside of raid. Like, if we're stuck on it, a week goes by and people have more gear from delves and keys and whatever else, you know. Couldn't you go disc? Are you new here? You're not new here. You're a regular. We've had this conversation. After a day of recovering from too much liquid fun, I once again feel human. Can play WoW. Yes. Hydration for the win. Sure, if it's that bad, they'll fix it, right? Yeah, I think so. I have faith. They don't leave things too far out of balance for too long. And if they do, they usually make it up to you eventually. The only class that gets consistently left behind is usually shamans. And that's, I think, more of an old meme than anything else. I think they've been fine. It used to be an old meme, though, that everybody gets their turn except for shamans. Maybe that's why I'm not worried about the meta, is... I have played with my friend Flabby for a long time through a variety of metas, most of which, not all of which, but most of which Enhancement Shaman was not good. And he has never not smoked the meters through any balance patch. It didn't matter what was going on. He's never... Like, other people might be able to beat him for, like, a fight, but you're not taking him down with something as flimsy as Shaman not being good. So if it doesn't stop him, it shouldn't stop me. No offense, you are not him. I'm taking full offense. Banned. How dare you? We're nearly at the end of this. I do need to run it one more time after this. Playing WoW, mostly Windwalker and Brewmonk. Feels like both are missing basic rotation buttons. Hate auto attacks. Most of the reason I'm switching is I like the spell effects better for Resto Shaman. I'm not shallow, you are. I think visuals are the best reason to main a class because those are things that tend to stick around a lot longer than balance. Even gameplay gets reworked more often than visuals do. If you like the core fundamentals of how something vibes and looks, that's, I think, the best indicator of a main as anything. We've got one of those types of players, picks a class spec, tops meters, switches, still tops them. We killed bosses. Just something to watch. Went fully on visual, would do a cold tier and Resto Shaman. Purely, yeah. No luck on the thingy. I like the lore of throwing a bucket of water in someone's face and screaming, "You're healed!" I like the vibe of a Resto Druid just gardening near somebody. Here, have some blooms. You feel better, right? I was looking for like a dungeon reset and I forgot that's not what this is. Refuse to switch off of Destro based off vibes. Yeah, I feel ya. I've always liked Holy Priest vibes. I honestly prefer the Holy Priest energy on a race that's not Gnome, but I like Gnome too much, and I've been on a Gnome Priest too long to like have that not just feel fully like me. Something to be said for nostalgia. Kind of like when the pretty flowers are somehow suddenly sprouting betwixt my Brewmonk feet. Resto Druids dancing around the battlefield, sprinkling flower petals, peak lore. I just like that I can turn into a kitty cat. You know, need to get somewhere in a hurry? Be a cat. Meow. Play Human Holy Priest for PvE, Night Elf Shadow Priest for PvP. I love Night Elf anything for PvP. I can't live without Shadow Meld. This is going to be my last elf for the day. I don't want to do any more delves after this. This is enough. I always forget this one. I might do some Undermine though. I need to get 2 more sparks. 2 more sparks will finish me here. Or I could do 1 spark and wait for Sunday. I could do 1 spark and then on Sunday I could do Darkmoon Faire and that would work. Maybe that's what I'll do. That seems more reasonable. Because I'll just need 1 more point. So I think that's best. Did it because of all that, and because all the PvP bros play Night Elf females because of Shadow Meld, presumably. Yeah. That's part of it. There they are. Over here. Getting a little better at this. Oh, Flicker Gate. They didn't yell at me about it this time. They yelled at me about it last time. Opinions a new X-Pack. Do you think the story will be good? Did you like the Mythic Plus dungeons? Excited about Midnight. Couldn't really speak to the story. I've never been a story person. Dungeons look good. I have a lot of faith in them to continue making strong dungeons. I usually really get a kick out of the early Mythic Plus season, and I think it'll be the same. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing how Mythic Plus feels in a slightly more stripped down combat environment, like a slightly disarmed gameplay. Little pruned, little less complicated. I'm gonna try playing with default nameplates for a while and see if I can get by with that and see if I can still do the level of keys I'm accustomed to doing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be good. I'm excited about the new race. I want to make some hair in there. And then it's hard for me not to view all of the new content as a vehicle through which to get more decor for housing. Plainator, awesome nameplates alternatives. If I was going to use an add-on again, I would probably just go back to Plater. I've been happy with Plater for a long time. I'm assuming they're either updating or have updated already. I just want to give the new defaults like a fair shout. I want to give them some time to see if I can adjust to them, because the less add-ons I can use, especially for combat, the better. It's the fewer things that could go wrong in the middle of a raid encounter. Wow, cozy housing game. I think it could work. I mean, it's been a cozy collecting game for a long time. It's not that I won't still raid and do keys, but I don't usually do those things on stream, so I think we could milk a lot of content out of cozy housing stuff. Decorating and collecting and whatnot. Love Playdater. Been using this. Nice. Reinstall Playdater about 10 minutes. Lots of misinterrupt later. Yeah. Maybe that's why I'm okay with using these things, since I'm going to be a holy priest. I'm not interrupting anything. Interrupts are firmly not my problem. You guys are going to kick stuff or you're not. Nice. Oh, I got some coupons. Any ideas if the Fortune Rep buff will stack? Should. I would expect it to. I don't have confirmation, but nice. Okay, so a half a spark from there. That's nice. And I should hopefully get another half a spark from turning in this weekly. I might not need to go to Undermine. Whether I should remains to be seen, but let's go back to Dornegal. Well, that was my trade for switching to a prettier class. Have to learn how to interrupt. Here, I'm gonna take a sec here. Okie dokie. Okay, Boost, you're up. He is zonked on the couch out front. We had a family visit yesterday, and Moose was really happy, and he enjoyed it a lot. And now he's so tired. He gets just wiped out from having company. Hello, Hazel. Hi, Xavier. How you doing? Let's do add-on for transmog. Don't know if Better Wardrobe is still working. I'm not using any add-ons for transmog right now. I'm not. I used to use Better Wardrobe intermittently. I would turn it on for a while, but it would sometimes throw errors, so I would disable it. I've been pretty happy with the new UI. I haven't really sat down and like done all my characters yet because I'm cheap, but... Okay, so this Pinnacle Cache, I want another Fractured Spark. Did I get one? No, I still have half a spark. I need another half a spark. I mean, I'm good for resonance crystals. Do you have an opinion on if lust should be keybound? I think that's an individual thing. Some people can be trusted to keybind lust. I cannot. I don't usually play lust class. And when I do, I need to have it on like a launch sequence thing where you need two people in two different rooms to turn the key at the same time. Because I will fat finger any button on my keyboard. Yeah, so some people can totally do it, and some people not so much. I am in the not so much category. Ooh, okay. Oh, I was really hoping that weekly chest was going to have my half a spark. But it didn't. So let's do some Undermine weeklies. Oh, hang on. Theater troupe performing soon. Maybe we can do that. That might be better. That might give me a box too. Still have so many things to do and we're within before midnight? Visions Farm, Paragon Farm, Meta Chiefs, Delves Rep. Will I have time? I don't know. That's a lot of things to do. Good time to do work on Paragons though with the rep buff. That's nice. That's good. This is starting in 3.5 minutes. I guess I could do transmog sets. This guy's carrying gold that is supposed to be for leveling leatherworking, but like, would I miss it if I spent some on doing sets? I don't think so. Nightfall event, rep once a week, I believe so. Here, I can do a couple intro quests while I wait here. We have the theater troupe weekly, but... There he is. Someone that mainly plays a mage. I keep my lust off to the side, far away from my usual spells because I will press it. Yeah. I usually, if I'm gonna have it... I mean, usually it's a hunter, so it's only gonna work if I have a frosty pet out in the first place, and I like playing with cunning pets for the movement speed. So I usually only pull that pet if I know I'm gonna have to lust, and then it's usually on like a shift keybind. Or I'll stick it on my bar over here in the side so I can click on it. But usually if I'm lusting, a few things have gone wrong for us to get to that point. So it's not a big loss that I lusted a couple seconds late, because by the time we're asking me to lust, it's a miracle that we have a lust at all. In a normal, well-oiled, functioning environment, I am not the one you want lusting. I have other things going on. Maybe. Let's turn this one in. Hope there's a Blood Elf Silver Moon weekly where someone calls me Sugar Plum and Angel Face. I hope we can get her back. I know that we have a lot of Goblin decor. We don't necessarily need more of it from Endeavors, but if they ever do a Goblin Endeavor, I would love to have her there. Fantastic NPC. Okay, he needs at least one outfit. He can't just walk around like this. Oh, wow. He never had transmog. I guess that makes sense. This was a remix character. He never had transmog. So these are just sets that druids can wear. He looks like an orc. He looks crazy. Amount of yelling voices I heard when I played mages for accidentally lusting. Oh gosh, I love how menacing he looks in the waterproof rainy day stuff. The red-eyed bearded wolf peeking out of a rain hood is really unnerving. Okay, this is also hilarious. Gotta be, I mean, there's a few shovels. It's gotta be like a shovel-y shovel. Am I gonna spend like 1,000 gold to make him look like this? Maybe. I just might. Do I have any wings or anything that goes with it? He's got bread. Very undignified for a wolfie. I mean, he's a talking wolf. How much dignity do we have? We've got some fairy wings. He's got a little fox baby. That's cute. I do not remember these golden crests. They must have given these to me with something. They do not ring a bell. Yeah, I didn't... This is a trading post stuff, and I bought it. So I'm gonna use it. Let's give him a chicken. Yeah, now we're talking. Save. Yeah, I can get on board with this. 1,000 gold is 1 world quest. Do it for the laughs. 1 world quest? 1,000 gold? Oh yeah, I guess so. That's right. I haven't done Undermine world quest in a while. Oh, he looks so much better. I really should fix transmog on more of my characters. I feel so much better playing them when I put them in something. It doesn't matter if it's something goofy. It just needs to be something with intent, you know? Tell Earthen about discounted Cinder Brew. Oh my. You want some cheap booze? Come watch the theater and get absolutely lit. I could be a party promoter. Would you like to have fun? I'm hoping for a fractured spark from this. I'm crossing all my fingers. Maybe we'll get a bonus, like, chalice. There's a furniture piece you can get from Theater Troop. I have it already, but I wouldn't mind another copy. He's not doing so much damage, but that's okay. I can't believe we're already almost done with this expansion. I feel like we just started this. What do you get from the troop? Usual standard weekly stuff. I'm trying to get a spark for the sake of leveling my leatherworking, for the sake of decor collecting. And this week, it was just starting, so I figured like doing this weekly is a good chance at a spark. You can also get decor here. Yes, there is an item. Let me see. Not that one. It's like a cup or something. Maybe a goblet? Council Words Jeweled Goblet? This might be it. Troop has rare recipes. I see. Of the events that they did and like the little weekly things you can do, this was one of the cuter ones. I didn't do a ton of it, but I did some. I'm trying to think back on what they had. They had in Ringing Deeps, they had that like single player thing where you would go in and you would fight waves of mobs. And I had to farm it for a mount that wouldn't drop for a really long time. That doesn't have decor, does it? That would be upsetting. That looks good. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a few of them to use. I do such horrific damage. I think at a certain point I can stop pressing the one button and just press a bunch of shred and bite. Might be better off. How are you all alone? Nobody here to help me. I think people probably have better stuff to do. I'm also on a low pop RP server. Oh no, there's somebody. There's somebody. When I was making remix alts, I put them on different servers, and I put them on different role-playing servers so that I'd have a opportunity to camp more shards worth of like rares. I don't even remember what realm I'm on. One of them. I don't think we're necessarily gonna accomplish all that much. I guess you do get some points in the later stages of it. These chests, they do have valor stones and gold and crystals and stuff, but like, it's not gonna ruin my life if we don't get them. Okay. Me when people don't contribute to endeavors, I can't buy the espresso machine. You can find a group in the group finder where someone else has finished the endeavor and buy an espresso machine over there. That's how I got mine. I have the Grumble Endeavor, but ours isn't finished. I went to a group of someone that had it done. Came back to the game, not a ton of time to play. Young toddler. The recap quests were worthless. Is Moosey pretty good with toilet paper rolls? Do you need to keep them backwards so he doesn't pull the whole thing off the roll? Oh. No, he's pretty good with them. I think he maybe messed with it once when he was a baby. But he's all grown up now. He doesn't really get into trouble in the house. Poor guy. Yesterday we were playing, and I was playing with him and a toy, and he got a little too excited and he put his mouth on my elbow. Like, he put my whole elbow in his mouth between his teeth. And that's a no-go. He didn't bite me, but like, he got too excited horsing around, so I stopped playing and I gave him the look. And then I like ignored him and went back to what I was doing, which is, I think, maybe the cruelest thing you can do for Moose. But that's how he understands that he can't do that. And then the poor guy was like, you could tell he was beating himself up about it. Like, he just went and sulked for a while, and then after a bit I went and told him he was a good boy and he was okay. And he was like, really? Are you sure? Don't be mad at me. It was so sad. I have such a hard time being a parent. I can't do it. But he does have to learn. You know who used to wreak havoc with toilet paper rolls was Kira when she was a baby. Kittens love that. Kittens will mess up a hanging toilet paper. I think for a while I had to have it just like on the counter, not hanging up. Or like in a cupboard or something. I told Moose to relax and sleep calmly while he can. One day there may be needle demons in his home that could sink their little sharp teeth into him at any moment. One day. Not soon. Kitten right now loving those plastic springs you can get for cats. They love bouncy stuff. Kitty used to like playing with my hair bands, my hair elastics. She used to like flinging them across the floor. I spent some time grooming her this morning. I took out the brush and sat down with her and worked through her coat because I noticed her tail was kind of dusty. So I gave her a good brush. She's so sweet. She purrs so much. I gotta do her nails too. Cats play fetch with hair ties. Kira used to... It's so cute when they do that. Kira used to play fetch with crumpled paper balls. That used to be her favorite toy ever, was if you took like a receipt or a small piece of paper and crumpled it into a ball. She'd go nuts for them. And she would chase them and thwap them, and she would play fetch. She would bring them back to you so you'd throw them for her. And I remember a couple of times being in bed in the morning trying to sleep in. And you wake up and she's found like 6 of them and she's pushed them all like under your face in bed with you because she keeps bringing them to you and like pushing them into you to try to wake you up so you'll throw them for her. And she's found a bunch of them that got like under couches and stuff. She doesn't play with them so much anymore. She loses them too fast. How are your fur friends doing? Mine are okay. Mine are good. My Moosey's a good boy. Katie's feeling a little bit better. Thoughts on HPAL changes and reversions? I have no context, I'm sorry. I don't know what they did before, I don't know what they changed them to, and I don't know what they reverted them back to. I hope the paladins are happy. That's what I got. Oh, there we go. Fractured Spark. Nice. Okay. That's what I was after. I don't even need to open the box, although I will. A little bit more gold. So we'll go make that thing one more time, and then I'm going to table him until Sunday when Darkmoon Fair comes around, and that's how we're going to get our last point. Kitten loves to play fetch, too. Foil balls. Oh, Kira does not do tin foil. That's how I used to keep her off of my windowsills by my plants, is I used to put tin foil underneath the house plants because she would not step on it. Also made me look crazy to the neighbors. Why has this lady got tinfoil in her windows? Well. Making another one. If paladins are not happy, they might shut down the Discord again. Can't have that. Sounds like drama that I missed. Thought rat pellets might, because they are B and C tier for damage again. Foil in our coffee bar so our cat doesn't get on it and lick the coffee machine as it drips coffee. Oh my god. Is that dangerous for them? Or do they just get wired? Or both? Column A and column B. Also, Spanky for 10 gift subs. Holy smokes. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Oh, to what do I owe the pleasure? My goodness. I eat. Yeah, we got emotes. Dun, 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 dun. Congrats to those who got him. See a couple of names there I recognize here. Very unsafe for cats. She wants morning coffee. That's so funny. Low threshold for toxicity. Gotcha. Yeah, I know when dogs eat coffee, that's really, really dangerous for them. We're gonna do mail, because I bought the stuff already. I just need to pick it up in the mail. The shoulder to waist ratio on a Worgen in armor is crazy. You could fit 3 of his waist in the span of his shoulders. Hi Hazel, absolute icon diva. Good morning. Mine's obsessed with coffee, always trying to stick that furry face in my cup. A lot of cats, I think, like drinking out of your cup if they can. Mine was always stealing my water. She would always stick her face in an open water cup. That's part of the reason why I drink out of these things now. It's because otherwise you don't know when the last time a cat head went in. Is this not the Leatherworker's tool bench? It's not. Worgens are... Oh! I was looking at your emote of a Dorito chip. Trying to parse it and getting real stuck until I realized it's more shape-based. Wish I could tell how much XP I have left to get from endeavors, yeah. For For some reason, this cat is a menace. 3 and still in his kitten era. Loves spicy food. What? When I pull out my Carolina Reaper hot sauce that comes in a dropper, he comes running to me because one time my partner dropped a drop on the floor and he licked it and proceeded to climb my partner with his claws to get more of a Carolina Reaper hot sauce. Yo, I know cats are crazy, but that one's nuts. What the hell? Spicy kitty. Oh dear. Imagine taking a cat to a vet for gastrointestinal distress, and the vet's like, did he eat anything unusual recently? Or like, well, he likes hot sauce. Meet my cat, Flamin' Hot Kitty. Did I make the thing? I did make the thing. So we're 79, so we're gonna wait until Sunday, and we're gonna use the Dark Moon Fair to get our last point. I'm gonna leave him at Stormwind, right by the teleporter, actually. Or even out in Elwyn. He's a diabolical cat. What's his name and why isn't it Diablo? Cat likes the spice as well. I love my baby girl. I miss having young kitties though. I miss the fear. The oh god, what are they doing now? This way. Rhaegar after Game of Thrones. Ooh, very good. Cat turns her nose away from things like that. I love it when a cat or a dog sniffs something because they're curious about it, and then they really don't like the smell, and then they go, oh my god, how could you let me do that? Like, they get so offended. Server outage? Someone was mentioning a DDoS. That could be it. Silence followed by chaos. 3 dogs, love cats also. Just an animal person. Yeah, me too. It's the one thing that I've never fallen out of love with. A lot of hobbies I'll get into and out of, but like having pets is just part of my life. I can't live without them. I would be sad. I would be grim without pets. Hi, Hazel. Hello. Orange cat sniffs something, hates it, goes to sniff it again, hates it again. I don't know why he does that. Oh man. I'm gonna put some of my gold back in the war bank so that my paladin can use it. Deposit, let's call it like 63k. Just so I can afford to make the war within stuff, but we can always pull more gold out later. Any odd pets? Aren't they all a little bit odd? Right now I have my dog, I have my cat, and I have 1 fish. She's in her retirement home, but I'm looking into expanding my fish situation. Part of me envies people who can travel on a whim. Be too sad to live a life without pets. I kind of like having an excuse to not go traveling. Oh no, I'd love to go, but I've got the pets. Too bad. Guess I just have to sit on the couch and play games again. Oh no. Just gonna make some bread and poke around in the garden and take a nap. Oh no. Alright, let's do some blacksmithing. Snow crab! Oh, I have to fix her transmog. Do you ever think to yourself, wow, I have wild beasts living in my house? And the worms! I was thinking of letting the worms go free in the compost outside. I have enough worms working in my outdoor compost that I feel like I don't need to also deputize them indoors. It's nice to have indoors if I have like fruit that needs composting so that I'm not attracting bears to my pile. But they crush stuff outside. I wouldn't kill the worms. I would be letting them into an expanded retirement home. I would be letting them be free among their people. I would basically just be doing the worm bin outdoors, not a bigger scale. Bear would be an odd pet. Yeah. I have neighbors, so it would be very bad form for me to be attracting bears to my property. Okay, so the East character needs to go. Oh, so many places. Oh gosh, okay. Let me sort my life out. Let me just get her talents. I want to have a turtle, it'll live longer than me. Yeah. I know which animals I like having, so I know which animals I enjoy the idea of, but would never actually keep for myself. Because I know that I am I am somebody that some days can do more than others, and I never want to bite off more than I can chew with animal keeping. So, while I love pets, I'm not just going to get a ton of them indiscriminately. Although, now that I have a house, it's hard. It's dangerous. Main thing is just making sure you can afford to look after them in any potential vet visits they may need. Because it's one thing to buy, like, food and litter, and it's another thing to make sure that you can afford an emergency if it happens. This is an alliance character. I'm going to go back to Dornegal for a start. Do you think you'll get chickens? Maybe. Probably not in the next 6 months to a year, though. I could have a couple of chickens. I could have, like, a small group of hens. Practically, it would be a huge pain in the butt to get set up. I have the space for it, especially if it's just, like, you know, 5, 6 hens. They would need an electric fence to keep them safe from bears. This country is too wild to just have chickens. They would need electric fencing, which is a whole nother thing. Yeah. Want a squirrel. I don't know if those are good pets. What are we saying? We are making... Let me look at my professions. Do I have blacksmithing? No, I don't. I'm going to. Let's pick up blacksmithing and mining. Not that this character is going to be a miner, but she may as well have it. When are you getting a goat? Ideal perfect pets, and how many of each? Cats, dogs, fish. And I think that's it. I don't think I would want anything beyond cats, dogs, and fish. I think I'd, like... Do I want to be a 2-dog person? I don't know. I was going to say 2 dogs and then 2 or 3 cats. But I don't... I like having 1 dog, but I know my dog would like having another dog. Especially if the other dog was fun. 1 dog, 3 cats? Yeah, I don't know. Either 1 dog, 2 cats, or 2 dogs, 2 cats. 1 dog, 2 to 3 cats. Love a fox. Yeah. Also, anytime you're keeping an animal that's not domesticated, you have to be prepared for some stuff. Blacksmithing. Where do blacksmiths work? I actually don't know. I guess I can ask. I am probably not going to start... I'm going to start one end or the other. I'm either going to start at the new stuff and work my way backwards, or I'm going to start at the old stuff and work my way forwards. Let's get a mount keybind. And let's fix this. Surge forward. Skyward ascent. Second wind. Bronze time look. Whirling surge. Okay. 1 dog, 4 cats, no more. I'm banished. Mostly had 2 dogs at once. I have never in my life had more than 1 dog at a time. Never. I think that if we had, like, the reserve fund for it, I think we could deal, though. I do think that it would be a lot more hectic than just the 1 dog, because Moose loves to play. And if I get him a dog that's, like, an energy and size match for him, it's gonna be, like, the Thunderdome. Time limit and anything I should know about? Collect pre-patch stuff during pre-patch. There's a pre-patch event going on out in the Twilight Highlands. I would try to get all of the cosmetics from that pets, toy, mount first, and then decor, because the decor will be available later, but it's nice to get it now. Grew up with more than 1 dog, truly just a little too wild. There's a lot of issues that you have to think about with multiple dogs that you don't really have to consider when you just have 1. I'm gonna get her transmog fixed. Want to make sure I get enough stimulation for my dog. Can invest the proper amount of training. All expensive, time consuming. Don't want to get 2. Neglect some aspect of their health for the sake of having 2. Yeah. Supposed to be 3 cats, no more, but they kind of wormed its way into my hearts. I've never had more than 1 cat at a time. I wouldn't mind if I get kittens one day and there's a pair of bonded kittens that needs a home. I wouldn't mind getting a pair of bonded kittens. Because I know... I like the idea of them not having to split up. I think it's probably harder for bonded pairs to get adopted because somebody has to be ready to get 2 cats. And it would help them, you know, ease into a new environment. And I've never had a pair, so I feel like if you're open to more than one cat at a time, it might be a nice thing to adopt a bonded pair. Plus, even if they hate me, they can still love each other. Expedition Yak. Fix my transmog. Bonded older cats, the ones seeking a home the most, I think. Yeah, this is true. Yeah, this is the set. We're gonna save that. It's my two brother-sister duo. They were very quick to adjust. One of those, if they're large, is how do you transport both dogs if needed? I mean, people have big vehicles. I don't have a big vehicle, but people have them. I think I could fit 2 big dogs in the backseat of my car. They might have to squish. Alright. What end do I want to start at here? So I actually can skip Classic and Outland Blacksmithing. I have those items. So I'm going to start either with Kazalgar stuff and work my way backwards. Or I'm going to go start with Northrend and work my way forwards. I think I want to start with Northrend. Let's go to Northrend. I think I'm also going to do this intro quest because it's going to drive me nuts if I don't get this skipped. Don't have a big one. Dog sprawls out of my back seat. Let's do this. Then do this again. Enjoy watching the relationship between them. Happy they have each other. Rare occasions the whole family's out of the house at the same time. Yeah. But for the immediate future, no more furballs. Might do some fish. Gotta figure out where I want to start with fish. 2 kittens that were from different homes, 2 days apart in age. Expected them to bond, they didn't. They don't fight, but there's a definite underdog in the relationship. Yeah. I've heard, and I've never seen it because I've never had more than one cat, but I've heard that some cats really take to each other more than others. And sometimes cats will meet later in life and bond, and sometimes not so much. And sometimes they'll meet as babies and bond, and sometimes not so much. Okay, so we're at least set up here. My Hearthstone. Sorry, I know I haven't done any blacksmithing yet. I'm just... This character's barely been played since Remix. Is set to Dornigal. That's fine. That's fine and good. Do I have Heritage of the Lightforged? I feel like I must. How do I tell? Heritage of the Lightforged. Yes, I have Heritage of the Lightforged, so we can just dunk this. We don't need it. Don't give me the quest again. I might end up in the same position with blacksmithing where I need sparks, so I'm gonna keep some of those weeklies. I may need to do some of those weeklies on Artisan Snow Crab over here. Dark Portal Decor, cool. Might have some ideas for it. Northrend. Alright, time to pull up our WoW Profession leveling guide from wow-professions.com, because that's how I've been doing this. I want Northrend Blacksmithing. I need to get to 60 points, and this may or may not be expensive. But we do at least have a little bit of a skill boost because of our racial. Having a pair of cats from the same litter, those two love to conspire against us. I've been spoiled by Miss Kira because she's such a polite girl. And there's some things that some cats do that she's just never done. Like, even when she was younger and had all of her vision and everything, she would never jump on counters. It just wasn't something she ever did. And I think that's not gonna last forever. Okay, let's go talk to the blacksmithing trainer and pick up some gold, actually. I'm going to pick up a lot of gold so I don't feel the pain quite so badly. I'm going to literally grab 200k here when I have to buy a bunch of stuff. Hi, kitty. I was just talking about you. Do you want to come up? Meow meow. Hi. What? D-Mark, thanks for the 27-month resub. Speaking of kitties. Speaking of Miss Kitties. Hi. How you doing? Some of the cutest pics we have of our cat staring at the faucet. Like, what's that, man? Hi. Your coat looks good. We did a good job this morning. You're not so dusty. Hug the cat. Time for my meeting. See you later. Have a good meeting. Baby girl. Hi. You want some purse? You want to say hi? This is probably why my microphone gets in trouble. It's tough, right? Okay. Hi. Thank you. Happy Friday. No more furballs means lizards and snakes only? Oh, I don't think I'm gonna be a reptile person. I think they're cool. When I had my big fish keeping phase, I ended up watching a lot of content that was of... There's some overlap between fish keeping and reptile keeping. They never talked me into it, though. Nothing talked me into wanting a snake. Girl. You see, hi, baby. How you feeling? You look good. You look real good. I think you're putting weight on again, which I appreciate. Thank you. Bones aren't sticking out so much. We're doing... I need a Brutosaur here, because we're gonna do some shopping. I just gotta remember this gold isn't real money and just spend it. So I need, and also we can always, if I buy too much stuff, I can sell it off again. Auctioneer. Boss gets excited when Dax, our big cat, purrs and meows into my mic during meetings. Loves cats, isn't allowed to have one. I do use Mount Drill Enhanced. I clearly don't have it on, though. Did it get updated? Let me see. I have CurseForge here. Mount Journal Enhanced. No, it's on 12.0. Let me try it. Looks fine. Seems to be working. I might just need to turn it back on again. Run an update, turn it back on. Alright, so we're gonna buy Cobalt, Serenite, Eternal Airs, and Eternal Earths. Mostly the... I'll save the Earth for later. Let's do the Serenite bars first. This is gonna hurt. These are 20 gold a piece. Actually, how much is the Cobalt? 34 gold a piece. Okay, so it hurts regardless. 180 of these is worth 6k. Serenite bar is worth... I need 721, so that's another 21k. Okay. Let's get not quite that many for now, because we don't need to go all the way to 80 or 75. We just need to get to 60. So let's carve like 400 Serenite off of this. Let's buy like 321 for now. Easy to farm. Yeah, as easy as buying it. Under 10, thanks for the brand new sub. I'm not sure how to say that. Thank you very much. Thanks for picking me for your prime. And a couple of Eternal Airs. Just a handful. Or Crystallized Air even. $30. Yeah, that's easy. That's not a problem. Okay. One thing that I should be able to do, because I am a Lightforged Draenei, is I should be able to summon a... Well, I can summon a forge, enabling blacksmithing. Yeah! Let's do it. That's pretty cool. And then we're gonna stick her blacksmithing on her bar, and oh, I actually need to train some blacksmithing, so let's pop into the shop first. Sanguinet, thank you for the 30-month resub. Appreciate it. Alvin the Anvil, he will work as well. Oh, neat. I didn't know that. I kind of thought the Forge of Light was going to look cooler. It's a little sad. But I'm going to use it for the novelty. Hi, baby girl. Northrend. So we're going to begin by making 4 pairs of cobalt gauntlets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I don't have a blacksmith hammer. I'm a terrible blacksmith. I do have Alvin the Anvil. I think I'm going to summon him. I like that he just menacingly follows you around with his grin. Must be a blacksmithing supplies. Yeah, give me a blacksmith hammer. Four cobalt gauntlets. Is Elvin coming? There he is. There he is. Look at him. He's coming. 5 spiked cobalt boots. He's coming. It's like the thing that follows. And then we're gonna need 5 spiked cobalt shoulders, which we probably need to go back to the trainer for. Save Elvin some time following you around over here. I forgot how funny that was. Gets me. Yeah, we can work them. 5 of these? Yep. Fastest light. Not only do I have Alvin, but Alvin is leveled. He is level 25. We're gonna make 5 notched cobalt war axe. Or deadly Serenite dirk. So the price is about similar. These are 7 and 2. These are 10 each. We're just gonna do this. We're gonna make 5 of them. Hey Partsy, thanks for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. Thanks for picking me for your Prime. Kitty's still going with her her routine. She's still giving us the business. I think it is maybe Auctionator that is doing the math here for me. Telling me how much we're spending per point. Hi cutie, he's a little cute cat. Hello. How you doing? And then we're gonna make 5 of these guys. Gotta spend some gold to get there. I'm gonna need to do some lumber farming at some point too. That'll be a nice break. So once we get to 45. Oh, hang on. That should have taken us to 40. I'm only at 33. This seems wrong. Something's happened. Also, these are gray items. That's kind of funny. Oh, it's a throwing weapon. That's why. Oh, I'm not done yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. There's different spots at which you make deadly Serenite dirks, and then you go back to making a different thing, so kind of confusing. Get some more recipes. At least these are cheap recipes. The Council Gar ones want you to spend like hundreds each. So I am 33. So let's skip the horned helmet actually and make more of the deadly dirks. And we want to make these until we get to 40. I forgot to account for my racial here. I should probably be going off script a little bit. I could save some gold because I have a boost to blacksmithing skill. That was the whole reason I picked a Lightforged, didn't I? I mean that in the fashion. Okay. So tempered Serenite gauntlets. But we can check how much Serenite they need. We might be able to save some. These require 14 per, but I can still make these deadly dirks. I might need some more crystallized air. Feeling good. Could save quite a bit here. Get another 10 of these. You ready to hop down? You wanna look? Oh, you got it? Okay. Thanks for stopping by. That was sweet. She just hopped up to love on me for a minute and then leave. Make some more of these. My anvil's not getting away from me. Oh, I didn't pick up my mail. She got her 15 minutes. She's such a good girl. She's just a little kitty. A lot of recipes over here. Yeah, I'm gonna make these as long as I can get away with it. Once we get to 45, I'm gonna check at what we want for titanium weapon chain. Although I feel like titanium's gonna be really expensive. Honey! Can't wait to let Fabius roam around my house. I don't know what mounts I'm gonna place. I know that I want to put like a chicken or two in my chicken run, and I know my house is gonna need some cats. I don't know what I'm gonna do with mounts. Like, surely I need a mount stable, but like, I haven't really thought about it. I think what I'm gonna do is an auction house scan to get updated values, and then I'm gonna kind of pick the cheapest thing that gives points here. Have raptors running around the yard. Do all of them. Do you think they're gonna take placement budget? They must, right? That was a fast scan. So 45. I place all 1,400 of my battle pets, and if my PC dies, it dies. If it can't keep up with the dream, it was its time. That's funny. 281, 243, 259. McTaser2, thank you very much for the 73-month resub. Hi, Hazel. It certainly doesn't feel like it has been that long. Thank you for your chill streams. Are you using any add-ons now? Yes, I'm using every add-on that I was previously, with the exception of DBM, Weakors, and Plater. And I might get DBM back. And I might get Plater back, but those are the only 3 that I killed. And Weakors is the only one that's not coming back. Everything else is pretty much as it was. Auctionator. Auctionator is providing this information. Hope you can pick your favorites, but also have the option for random favorites to rotate. Yeah, that'd be cool. So far, that at 243 gold is cheapest. There's ways you can filter and sort by price, but... And I think that's the big winter chicken dinner. So we'll make a few of these. We'll need some titanium bars. We want to make those until 50. So 5. And then we're going to pick up the daunting handguards recipe. You could actually have been doing daunting handguards the whole time. 390 per, 291 per. Weapon chains are still cheaper, so I'm going to keep going on them. I'm going to get another 5, maybe 10? I think I'm just going to do 10 of these and call it good. I think we're making the weapon chains, because we just need to get to 60, I'm pretty sure. Why do these have different values on them? It's the same materials. I guess it's No, actually I have no idea. Couldn't tell you. Risking it. See how close we can get. There are 3 pieces of decor for Northern Blacksmithing. Yes! Excellent. Okay. So, I am going to learn all this. Is it 3 or is it more? It might be more. No, it's 3. Okay. So I need 40, 78. I need 78 cold wind lumber. Titan steel bars. Doesn't look like I need my serenite or my cobalt, so I can sell off the rest of that I didn't use yet. So we spent 5k too much in Serenite. I must have used all the cobalt. Do I not have any extra? I use it all? Musta. Oh, sure, yeah. And then, I don't think anyone wants any of this. If they say they do, they're lying. So let's go get some cold wind lumber. 78 of it? Maybe 60? Who do I like doing that on? Doesn't really matter. Take a druid, any druid. Barnacles isn't doing anything right now. Although, Barnacles' gear kind of sucks. Let's use this one just in case there's anything we have to fight. Where do we like farming? I guess it's easy to get out there because I'm a druid, so I can just take the Dreamway Port to Grizzly Hills. I think I like farming in Borean Tundra. I think that sounds like fun. I think, or not Borean Tundra, pardon me. Howling Fjord. That's the one. So let's Dreamway. She was out here doing, this character was out here doing endeavor tasks for my Grummel Endeavor. Farming lumber or something. Getting a lot of ore and winter grasp on a druid. Nice. Grizzly Hills this way. You don't like Crystal Song? Eh. It's not as scenic. I like a balance of good lumber, but also I need to enjoy the vibes. I need to enjoy the vibes. Crystal Slung is good. It's kind of bright out there. Beverage of the day? I got water. Actually, I don't have much water. Next time an ad runs, I should go get more water. No tea, and I had my coffee before stream started. Anyone else struggling to pick mains for midnight? I don't think you're the only one. Let's head this way. Let's enjoy a nice forest. Grizzly Hills is not bad either. Certainly got nice vibes. Rich with gold, poor with water. I'm about to be a lot less rich with gold, but I've known for a while that I was going to put some gold into blacksmithing, and I think by procrastinating, I've probably saved some gold. That's funny, I'm getting the strange feral screech for the hidden artifact thing. I'm pretty sure I've done it before. Typically pick my main based on how cool the next tier set looks, but the only one I think so is Warlock. Oh. Yeah, the music's nostalgic out here. Maybe I'll farm in Grizzly Hills just for that. Oh, my bags are awful. Awful. Just terrible. Oh, I have extra stuff. I guess that makes sense. I was getting bamboo lumber while I was working on the Endeavor. You could be a warlock. It's available to you. Through the looking glass. It's a feat of strength. I don't know. I don't know. It's a good question. I always did like Grizzly Hills. Peak, wow. I like any zone that has a river that bears can fish from. That's just nice. Love watching bears fishing. Need to decide what the cool meta class is going to be next X-Pack. Maybe Warrior again. I resubbed like a sucker. Guess I'll try. Wish me luck. Good luck. Yeah, no harm in trying. I bet you they'll still let you get away with it until midnight actually comes out. I don't know that for a fact, but I think they should. I'm in favor. 7. Some of these I'm gonna hit and I'm gonna be like, ooh, look at all this lumber I have because of, you know, other activities I've been doing. Like I have extra Twilight Highlands lumber from doing, I have extra Twilight Highlands lumber from doing the pre-patch event. I have extra bamboo lumber from doing my Endeavor. I think some of them I'll have a little supply of. Not this one though. Have you seen any bears IRL? They're either asleep or avoiding me. I haven't seen them. I'm hoping to not until at least spring when they start waking up and getting all hangry. Elk, though. The elk are around. We saw some elk last night, actually, in the dark. It was upsetting my dog a little bit. Suggestion for gold making? It's in kind of a limbo. It depends on what you like to do and what you're able to tolerate. People are making lots of gold still with with decor that's crafted by professions, but you have to be willing to be super on top of like cancel scanning it and reposting it in order to make sales, and not everybody's willing to do that. Gathering's always good, and gathering is still strong, and a lot of old mats are strong now because of decor. It's falling off somewhat, but not fully. Rob a goblin bank. Elk seem to be friend-shaped. Yeah, they haven't, like, made any aggressive overtures, but I'm very cautious of them because I have had deer square up with me, and elk are large deer, and it was scary when it was deer. They all so far seem pretty neutral, but like, you do not want to piss off an elk. Good gold. Do BGs buy gems for honor? Sell them. They sell instantly. Alchemy and tailoring. Nice. Be a metal brand name. Aggressive overtures. Saw mama deer with her fawn. It was near where I was getting out of my car, actually, so I like pulled up really slowly and I opened my car door really slowly because I didn't want to spook mama and her baby because she was grooming her fawn. And she just kind of looked at me, and the fawn just kind of looked at me, and she just kind of kept grooming her fawn. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna get to where I'm going. She's like, okay. I didn't have my dog with me, which I think is why everything was fine. But pretty tame, not too worried about me. Either used to people in general, or I just have immaculate vibes. Azeroth is a world where a bunch of birds fly around chopping trees, and I think that's beautiful. There's an idea for a webcomic out there somewhere where one of the druid leaders is talking to a druid about why they keep going through the Dreamway portals to Grizzly Hills. It's like, well, what are you doing out there? Are you enjoying our fine forests? And then you just see the druid just like furiously hacking away with an axe. Yep. Forest's great. See you later. Because it's the fastest way to get out to get Northern lumber. I'm going to get about 60 of these. This is my last profession in leveling, so short of making more copies of this decor to sell, or short of them adding more items to the old professions, which they might, I won't need any more cold one lumber than this. So we won't go too overboard. After this, I think we're going to be looking into Cataclysm blacksmithing. But this will be nice. This will be 3 whole pieces. Maybe up this way. I should fill my water. I'll be right back. I won't even scream. I'll just be right. 1 second. I clipped the door frame walking out of my office. Ow. Confirm you can't get it anymore. Oh. Bummer. Plot twist, you're paid by Dita to deforest, put habitats at risk, and increase their own funding. The most unethical animal protection society. How do I collect stuff for my housing? There are lots of sources of decor. I like using an add-on called Homebound. Let me pull it up. To give me a big list of things that I could get, kind of preview what they look like, and break them down into where they're from. So this is what the add-on looks like. This list is things that you can unlock by doing like quests or achievements. You can mouse over it to see what it looks like. You can right click on it. It'll give you a link to the Wowhead listing for that quest, so you can kind of help track it down. This shows decor from drops. Evidently, this one is a newly tracked Golden Cloud Serpent treasure chest. I need to get that. I don't have that one yet. Breaks them down by expansion, shows what they look like, tells what they come from. This is the same thing for professions. Lots of professions have decor. That's what I'm doing right now is I'm getting lumber so I can craft some... I'm getting lumber so I can craft these items here. But this add-on is called Homebound, and that's how I'm organizing what I'm going after. Glad I'm not the only one who gets wrecked by doors and frames. Storm door attacked me yesterday, ripped off my glucose sensor at 4 a.m. Oh, that sucks. That's awful. Yeah, for a little while I was able to make the excuse of, well, I just moved. I'm not used to the place yet, but I'm used to it now. I just don't always think enough about where I'm going and whether or not I need to twist my hips in order to make it through. Responsible land management. Catherine O'Hara passed. Sorry to hear that. How are we doing? 32? We need about 60. 33. Let's get our lumber farmhood going again. Like the housing decor guide add-on, more crafting focused. I like that this shows me the mats for a given thing. I feel like it has all the info I could need. Wonder if they'll bump up the lumber gain in the future? I think they talked about that. I don't remember when, but they mentioned something about allowing you to improve your lumber collecting. So I think we will be getting it a little faster down the road. I forget what they said it was tied to, if it was housing level or something else. I do like that there's just like these little axes chipped into the sides of existing trees. So it almost feels like you're getting your lumber by just like carving out a little notch. You're not actually chopping the tree down or anything. You're just like shaving off a splice. Thought that was just mounted gathering. That too, for sure. I thought I heard something about improving lumber though. An achievement to gather 250 lumber of each type. Yeah, and that's when we were talking about retroactive lumber achievements. That was one of them, right? Or that's probably what people were talking about. Something like that. Ow. I gotta set up my seed starting. I've realized it's time. If I'm gonna start seeds that need a good head start, I need to get them. It's late January. It's about February. It's about time. Anything that needs 8 to 10 weeks indoors is gonna have to start soon. You'd think this section would have more. Oh. I look awful. Oh no. I look just terrible. Horrific Jay Coolidge impression. Let's get a transmog on. Any transmog. What do we got? What do we want to wear? Custom sets. One of these. Ooh, I don't like that one. Feeling this, honestly. Let's save that. Positively ghastly. I saw Friends a lot more often than I ever saw Legally Blonde, so that was mainly what I knew Jennifer Coolidge from. Growing up, I saw her in other movies, and I'm like, oh hey, it's that lady that had a bit part on Friends. When do you start planting gardens on the island? Well, it's my first year having one, so I'm gonna kind of wing it. Normally, you can't really count on last frost until sometime in March. And it can still surprise you. And I think at a certain point you just have to risk it and then protect stuff if a sneaky one does happen. I would say last frost sometime in March. And if you want actual like warm, like sunny weather, that's not really going to happen until like May is when you start getting real workable sunshine. So yeah, I'm going to start some stuff now. I'm probably going to put some stuff out, start hardening it off late April, get it out maybe early May. I bet there's things I can start, like cold season stuff I can start earlier than that. Spinach and, what do you call them? What are broccoli type plants called? Not cruciforms. Crucibles. Stinkies. Anyway, the word's escaping me, but broccoli related crops. You can start that kind of thing. Do I want to grow any of those? I don't know. What am I going to plant? Kale? Who do I think I am? Brassicas, thank you. Where am I getting crucibles from? Cruciferous, thank you. That's the word I was trying to make. Brassica is the correct term. Cruciferous vegetables. Wicked Fate, thank you for the 47-month Reese. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thanks for the help, guys. I was just going to keep making that sound until something happened or I just broke down like a car. What are we saying? 48. Almost there. Getting there. Same thing, different terms. Combine those two words and now my furniture is floating. Plenty early on the prairies. Don't plant gardens or can expect frost pretty much up to the May long weekend. Yeah. Yeah, we get pretty mild weather here. I think that I have, on the island, mildest weather in all of Canada. Possibly the wettest. Not the wettest, that's Prince Rupert, but like, it's wet up here for sure. Like, our annual rainfall amounts are wild. It's coming down, but that's fine. Full spectrum LED light strips? Yes, I have some ready to go. I got some online. That's part of the plan already. I also have a heat mat. I just need some seed trays and some either sifted potting soil or some starting mix if I'm lazy. Close to the water contributes greatly to modulating weather. Lots of microclimates around here, depending on where you are oriented to things like the beach, rivers, mountains, that kind of thing. Kitty just like punched my door open. You might get drastically different weather than somebody who lives 30 minutes from you. It's pretty nuts. It's like I'm gonna sit on my bed. I don't know if I have enough grow lights and stuff for the stuff I want to start, but I'm just gonna make it work. It's okay if things are a little suboptimal. There's only so much money I'm ready to spend on this. But I have to do something. I have yard this year. Gotta do something. Plus, more important than having yard, I have sun. I have a sunny section that I think gets enough sun to grow really whatever I want. Peppers, tomatoes, heat-loving stuff. 57. Pretty close to being done with this, and then we can make our items and start on the next blacksmithing. Don't let me forget, at the end of the stream today, I want to log into my monk to get my research decor collected. You have your own sun. Sounds expensive. Yeah. If sun exposure is important to you and you're house hunting, have a compass handy. Figure out which directions things face. Look for trees, buildings, potential developing trees and buildings that may allow or block your access to the sun. Also think about the way the land is graded and where the water's gonna go if it rains a bunch. If you're walking around in the lawn in the summertime and it's going... It's not a good sign. Not happy life. Not easy life. It's doable, but good luck. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, I almost did it again. Oh, I'm gonna think this druid has issues just flinging herself off a cliff. You'd have marsh instead of lawn. What could go wrong? I bet you could grow interesting, like, wetland plants. Get kind of a riparian ecosystem going on. You just might have to build your house a little bit differently. Traditional foundation may not fare so well. Some things shouldn't stay soggy. We have enough. Yeah, we have enough lumber. I'm gonna grab this, and then I think I'm just gonna hearth her out of here and dunk it in the bank. I love shovel tusks. If they ever let us have Rykle, I would do a Rykle hunter with shovel tusk pets. For no reason. I wouldn't even need to play it, but they're just nice looking. Okay, let's pop this in. Could harvest and sell peat. House built on a peat bog. And where is she? There she is. Come on, snow crab. How do I track lumber in a second character? If they had an axe in their inventory, you right click the axe, that teaches them the find lumber skill, and then it's in their tracking. If they never had that, they need to pop by the neighborhood and speak with, like, the lumber specialist NPC, and that'll teach them the lumber tracking. And after that point, it's tracked up here, with your tracking types. But if you've never picked up an axe, you would need to pop by the neighborhood first. I don't want Heritage of the Light Forge. I have it already. Leave me alone. Okay. We're gonna make Northrend decor. I need one of each, right? Yes. Runic anvil, sewer gate, and a sun sconce. Let's buy our materials. It's gonna be kind of expensive because of the Titan steel bars. 16k! Oh, just don't worry about it. Just let it wash over you. Press the buy button. Don't even think about it. There's the Eternal Earth. A couple Eternal Waters. And a little Eternal Fire, too. Why not? Make one anvil. One sewer gate. Not a grate, a gate. And that sounds nice. Sewer gate's kind of cute. I feel like you could use that as a component to make other things. Titan Steel is the biggest roadblock farming wise. Is it a transmute? How do you make it? Alright, lovely. We are finished and caught up with Northrend Alchemy or Northrend Blacksmithing, and we're just not gonna think about how much it cost. Yikes. Let's sell these. And these. Get rid of all this. I'll put these things in the bank. Smelted by miners. Oh. It's going broke season. Listen, sometimes you just gotta get stuff done. I'm gonna do a regular bank. I'm gonna unlock it, and I'm just gonna dunk in these items so I don't feel like I'm missing them. Look at that. Empty bags. Feels good. How's your pre-patch progression going? What do you mean by pre-patch progression? Pre-patch progression. I don't know why I'm 404ing. I don't know what you mean. Exactly. The event? Yeah, the event's fine. I got the mount. I need to get more badges, and I'm just gonna wait to do weeklies. Do you have a lot of the MOG? No, but I'm not that worried about getting all of the MOG. I don't think that's a goal for me. I'm gonna get some of it or I won't. Seems like a lot of it is recolors of stuff that I already had. I'm not fussed about it. Let's see where we're heading next. Cataclysm Blacksmithing for 2 items, a Gilnean Pitchfork, and a Standing Smoke Lamp, both lovely. Let's go to Stormwind. Yeah, my plan for the rest of the pre-patch event is just to kind of log on, do the weeklies, buy the stuff. I want one of each. I still need the mount off the vendor for 100 badges, and then one of each of the furniture, and then I'm done. At that point, I'm not touching it anymore. 2 hours to farm enough insignias to buy a chair. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to wait for the weeklies. I'm not even going to worry about the world quest respawns. I think the weeklies is strong enough for me. Oh, this is a fun mount. I forgot about this one. What's it called? Chrono Corsair. Put that on our bar. I don't know if it's the most light forge blacksmith map, but it's fun. It's one of the turbulent time waste things. So blacksmiths, where do they even work? Over here. Waited weeks for yarn, more weeks for the needle set. Got the wrong small cable size. Oh, I'm sorry. You're not an idiot. That can happen to anybody. That's frustrating. Cashed it on for my sweater. Realized then. Now you have an extra alternate small cable size for potential future project? Silver lining? Cataclysm blacksmithing. Let's see. Let's see if this is as expensive. Guess I'm learning magic loop until my smaller cable arrives. We're gonna need some obsidian bars. Obsidium. Pardon me. Okay, I see why you're farming it. Good lord. 390 of these. Alright. And then, Elementium bars. 340 of these. I'm gonna overbuy a bit and then try to sell off the extra. Just to save myself from math. 10 volatile earth. About 150 volatile fire or water. 16. 20. Go back to the fire. How many of these did I want? 150. And the hardened elementium bars. Like my gold too much to buy everything else, otherwise I'd drop 100k. I'm just reminding myself that I have 1,000,000 gold. And if need be, I'm willing to spend all of it on this. And I don't think it's gonna come to that, so I'm just ripping band-aids here. The gold will come back. The gold will come back around. Alright. Folded obsidian. Up to 5. If you choose different recipes, you will need fewer. Okay. So we're at 10. So let's skip that, and then we're gonna go... we are gonna need a bunch of it, though. It looks like pretty much everything we're doing with Obsidian is involving the folded version of it. How do you have so much gold? I was selling decor in the first, like, 3 days of, first three to 5 days of housing coming out. Instead of working on my house, I just farmed, crafted, and sold decor. I made about $1 million. Rookie numbers compared to some of my friends, but that's how I'm funding all of this. Alright, so let's try doing some red steel belts. Red steel belts. Wow, we're gonna need a lot more of this. We need about 10 of those red steel belts. 42 mil saved up. Waited for launch to come up so the token goes down. Can go ham on them. Nice. Can't decide if any of the pre-patch mod sets or if they're similar enough to other stuff we have. Yeah, some of them are not new appearances at all. I'm gonna get the weapon arsenal, but not the transmog set. I don't care that much about the item ID. I'll buy it if I have extra. I'll buy it if I have extra badges at the end of all of this. But I don't care that much. Choose to farm anything that costs over 10k. Sticker shock is real. I think I just feel like I'm in the final days before midnight and I want to get all this cleared up. It's going to feel so good to have all of the current profession decor collected. At 20, we're going to pivot to making red steel boots. I need enough obsidian to make 5 of them, so let's get another 25 of these. Craft demon steel until it goes gray since you use so much of it for crafting. Gotcha. Remember that brief time when Hazel's Hot Tub Emporium was there? Didn't think it was that lucrative. Awesome. Yeah. No, it was great because I was selling them so quickly. I would just make another one and sell it and make another one and sell it. And then I branched out into just a handful of other items and just kept selling them. I made a lot off of the Dragonflight floating enchanting book. I was able to push those out pretty regularly. And for a while, I was making like 50k per. It was just, the margins were insane. I haven't been selling anything lately. I haven't really been trying. But it was fun. It was a good time. Red steel boots. So that's what makes me feel better about this, is I'm doing this for decor and I'm using gold that I made from decor. So for me, it's kind of a net negative, or a net. I didn't have that gold earmarked for anything else. Obsidian. Feels like a reasonable thing to invest in. Skeleton keys up to 35. Basically as far as we can get. Let's make 30 of these. Ever been a reason beyond neurosis to get all the idea unlocks? If you are competing on the Data for Azeroth leaderboards for completion score, which is a third-party website that tracks how much of various things you have collected in WoW, for the longest time the API was not able to track unique appearances. It could only show you unique item IDs. So people that wanted to compete on that scoreboard would be really incentivized to focus on those item IDs. Nowadays, there's another score called Gameplay Score that just does the same thing of just appearances. So item IDs are there for people that are excited about them, but I think it's less of a thing. And even that was a fairly niche thing that you would never really run into unless you were tracking your collections on a website like that. Make some skeleton keys. I remember your first hot tub. Oh, I was so excited. I was so excited. I was out just grinding the lumber and I would sell a hot tub and then be like, I need more lumber! I need more wood for this hot tub. Wonder how many psyches have been broken by arbitrary scores the community made up. We do this to ourselves. I can't take it super seriously when anybody gets mad at Blizzard for an inhumane grind because we are doing this to ourselves. They are not making us do this. We are making us do this. Some things I wish would be different, but that doesn't mean that they're doing it to me on purpose. Although I am on record complaining about miscellaneous mechanica. Hot tub. Castlegar Alchemy has an item called the Boulder Springs Hot Tub. It's a furniture item that is a hot tub. It's cool. And that was the thing I was making when housing first launched. Alright, so that's green now. Alright, we're at 40. Red steel leg guards. Take 800 gold per. Alright. Or elemental shield spikes at 5. This is actually better. Yeah, this is a bit cheaper. That tub is hot. 90/80s right now. Gold adds up. Legion Remix. Yeah, if you have the patience to do weeklies on alts, raw gold's great. Has been for a while. I just haven't been putting in those kind of hours. 50 to 60 hardened obsidian breastplates. Probably gonna need some more. Or red steel helms. We just need to get to 60. That's the key. I definitely overbought, which is fine. That's what we expected. We're just about there. Sometimes the last points are the most expensive ones. Alright. So, 2 items here. We have the lumber already. Thank you, pre-patch event. I have my ashwood lumber ready to go. So I'm just going to buy the rest of the mats. I'm going to crank them out right now. And then I'll sell off the rest of my stuff and we'll pick another expansion. So that's our pitchfork. Here's our standing smoke lamp. I need some volatile earth. Very cheap. Appreciate that. Some ember topaz. Less cheap. Gross. And some chaos orbs. Alright. Like I said, band-aids. Rip, rip, rip. 1. Good job I don't want more of these. 2. Mostly care about getting catch-up gear for all my characters. Gotten 4 done with 15 more so to go. That's a pretty good-sized grind. I know the rares are dropping gear more frequently, but it still seems tough to get like full sets for characters. Alright, we are done with Cataclysm Blacksmithing. Let's get rid of all of this gear. Shield spikes and skeleton keys. Not too bad. That's good. The rares love dropping me pole arms. They're on a stream or TV show, go around killing the rares. Nice. Yeah, I was doing that for a while. Just for the badges. Okay. Wait, I'm not doing this. What I'm doing is I'm selling off my extra mats. We have 2k extra worth of these. 2,500 worth of these. 500 here. 8k too many of these. And another 400 gold. Hopefully we can get that back. Lovely. What's next? Alright, Cataclysm sorted. Pandaria. Look at that fireplace. Pandaren fireplace. Oh, it's gorgeous. I need it. Okay. We're getting all of this regardless, but let's go to Pandaria. And we have the bamboo lumber already too, so we won't need another lumber farming brick. Wonder how many levels you can gain just by buying all the crafted items. Good chunk. Or crafting them. My house is level 7. 7.5. A little over 7.5. I have more XP I could get from endeavors. I also have more XP I can get from collecting stuff. I'm only, I am the 9th best decor collector on my server. There are 8 people that have more decor than me just on my server. This just won't do. Let's get some mats. We're gonna need some ghost iron bars. I'm gonna start with about 500 of them. And a spirit of harmony, just 1. Pandaria is great decor. Can't wait for Pandaren exteriors because my main is a panda. I think if they do Pandaren exteriors, I'm probably gonna want that. Maybe. Oh, I don't know. I want to speak with someone who will talk to me about profession trainers. Some of them are in this town. Gathering for sure. Because sometimes you go all the way to the city and then they're like, actually, not here. But are there guards in Podon Village? I'm not sure. Here. Len the Hammer, Jade Forest. He lives in Dawn's Blossom. Let's go out there. don't think there's anything really in the higher house levels that I'm like super dying for. I haven't really run up against my placement budgets. And I don't think I want a bigger house exterior because it's going to take up my whole yard. Not quite there. I landed too early. Grabbed a coordinate off Wowhead for this blacksmithing trainer. Should I put Alvin the Anvil on my bar? I know half the point of being a Drena or a Light Forge is so I can summon my own anvil, but in my defense, I thought it would look cooler. Grand and only Frost Nova. Hello, welcome. Did I pick up my stuff in the mail? I think so. Also, he has an anvil too. Alright, what are we making? 10 ghostly skeleton keys. Or for as long as I can get away with them, really. Because those are really cheap. So as long as they're green, that's good. And now, Ghost Forged Gauntlets. Made a Light Forged Draenei Paladin and Lead Mix, became one of my favorites to play. That's what this character is. Hardest part of decor is when you need more of a particular item. Yeah, I have yet to pick like which things I need copies of, because I know I'm going to want copies of stuff, but I know... Oh, I haven't decided what. It is going to be a thing. Gauntlets. After the gauntlets, we move into shoulders. Ride these as long as we can. Wanted to tell you that in a stream 6 years ago, you said you'd consider yourself lucky if you reached old age with all 20 fingers attached to your body, and I think about that every time I'm having a minor problem in my life, so thank you. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad that went in the direction it did. I was a little worried that it was going to go in the direction of I've recently lost some fingers, and now I don't know what to do. In hindsight, that statement was not particularly considerate of digit differences. You have 20 fingers? If we're counting toes. Isn't there like a super famous rock climber that like sawed off a couple of his fingers on his hand with like a table saw by accident and then just like kept going and was like really good at it? Fingers are nice, but they're optional. Toes or fingers, hot dogs or sandwiches, you heard it here first. We're up to skill 35. And we're making Ghost Forged helms, I believe. Unless we want the shields. Spirit Guard shields. Yeah, okay. Tommy Caldwell, that's the one, yeah. 127 hours, something like that. Or no, that was a different thing. That was a different thing. That's different. That's traumatizing. I make a WoW character called Phalange now. These are like 200 gold a point. And at some point we're going to switch to Ghost Forged helms, but as long as this is working. Can we see your house? I'm making decor right now. We usually do a little look around at the end of the stream. It hasn't changed. It's the same as yesterday and the same as the day before. I haven't done anything to it. I should do a video for YouTube just so that there's a reference point, because I want to make a video touring the house before I break it up and like redo it. I don't have any record of it. And it's gonna get redone. Its days are numbered. Oh, come on. I want the fireplace. First time here. Welcome. Yeah, we'll look around for sure. Just let me get through the Pandaren stuff. Oh, hang on. I don't know. Nothing else to make. Ghost Forged helms. These guys. Just 2 of them, really. 55 of 40. Oh, I'm actually going to need more bamboo lumber. I don't have enough. Do I have any I didn't put in my bank? Anyway, we'll make the fireplace first because that's deeply important. Let's get some trillium bars. Dog is shoving the top of her head into our bed, digging her with her front paws and snarfing. Odd girl. Just having the feelings. I know that mode. This is an expensive fireplace. Took a bit of a break around October, just now thinking about coming back. So lost, but just vibing. I'm slowly letting go of the need to understand what is going on in WoW. As long as I have my little corner that I kind of know what I want to do, that's all I need right now. I used to want to keep on top of everything coming and going, and it's beyond me now. There's a lot. Oh yeah, this fireplace is amazing. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, I want to like build a fake wall that'll sit flush with it. Okay. I unfortunately need another 10. Oh, it's only 10 bamboo. We can do 10 bamboo. We can find 10 trees. Although I do need to get... Oh, I need to get... Let me see if my priest has any. This character can't pick lumber. Finding it hard to gear up all 61 of my tunes. No clue where to start with that. I wouldn't stress about it too much. You can do it in the pre-patch event, but 61's a lot of characters. I wouldn't worry about it until they get to level 90. Let's see if this character has any bamboo lumber. They ever say why lumber can't be sold in the auction house? I don't know if they said in so many words, but if it was, it would get pretty quickly botted and the value of it would just nosedive. And it's hard for me to articulate why, but I like it the way that it is. It's warbound. It's kind of the stand-in in any decor crafting recipe for the crafter's time. Because the only way for the crafter to not supply the lumber is if you put in a crafting order. There has to be some time invested that can't be outsourced to anybody but the crafter or the purchaser. And that, I think, keeps some value in the thing. I guess I can show you around my house now real quick while I'm here. This is my yard. This is my hot tub patio. Ta-da. Ta-da. I have my my view. That's my friend's house. This is my greenhouse. Little windmill. Little greenhouse situation. Little potting bench. Chicken coop. Can't wait to put some chickens in there. Gonna be good. There was wood to be chopped. Lumber is required for every profession, which is like weird. Like you'll make food decor item. You'll be making dumplings. Like these dumplings are a cooking crafting item. And you need lumber to make them. I guess that's actually not that weird. They have like a bamboo wood thing, but like all of it needs lumber. Living room, coffee table book, little fireplace situation. There's nothing really down there. I was just messing with the outdoor room. Little snack nook, little reading platform corner. The nicest part of the house is my bedroom. I've got like a little cute little bed, lots of books, little indoors lamp, grow light, plants, window, reading corner, writing desk, cup of tea, Nazoth's corrupted heart in my closet. You know, usual. Very cute. Thank you. It's days are numbered. It's getting redone. It's no good. I'm not happy with it. Do I have any lumber on me? I do. Oh, best day. Okay. Great place to keep a corrupt heart. Yeah. It's like really hard to get. It's part of like the big, the BFA meta achievement or something. I did it anyways for something else ages ago, but I think it's just really funny that they gave me that thing and I'm like, well, closet? My gnome would put this in her closet. I should be able to make the other piece of Pindar and blacksmithing stuff now, the brazier. I like my yard better than my house. I like my plot a lot. I'm in plot 32 up in the mountains in the Alliance neighborhood. Hey, so you're the reason I have like 6 gnomes in a tab called Oh Gnomes. I like that. That's cute. So we made our fireplace. We need to make the signal brazier. So we're going to need some living steel, blood spirits, and coal. Housing character select screens. Yes. I find they lag. They don't load nicely. Maybe they fixed that. Forgot what they are? Yeah. Warband camps. Campsites? Camps? Something. Alright, there's our signal brazier. Very nice. Let's have a look. Blacksmithing. Up to 72% done. So, Draenor blacksmithing's covered. Legion blacksmithing is not. I'm missing a Suramar fence and a Suramar fence post. Let's have a little squinty look at Legion blacksmithing. They want me to do the questing. The mats don't look that expensive, although you do need some Bloods of Sargeras. Yes, there are new pet battle achievements. That's true. I have seen. I have all my character tabs named, but Oh Gnomes is my favorite. Found the Founder's point 1. Character to the right gets hidden by character select. Yeah. Recipe ranks. If I was to go shopping for this stuff instead. Suramar fence. Just to bypass having to do all of those things. The fence can be had for 5. The fence post can be had for 2. Yeah, I'll pay that. I'll pay that for sure. What realm are we talking? Area 52? Area 52. Yep, works for me. I will spend a little extra gold to do it on Area 52 where I already have a shopping alt set up. So we're going to bypass Legion blacksmithing by just purchasing those items. I don't see myself using much more Suramar fence. It's a little too glam for me. So one of each will suffice. And that'll save us from having to do all of the Legion blacksmithing quests, because otherwise we'd be doing a bunch of them and like trying to get higher rank recipes from stuff. Snow Crab's great. You like her? I like the name. I think I'm gonna end up hanging on to a couple of my remix alts, like Orca and Snow Crab, just because I like their names. My mop remix alts did not live long. Most of my mop remix alts did not live long. Alright, so shopping. Area shop 2, that's the one. Gonna need about 8,000 gold? But that's a steal for 2 pieces of decor. The great mop remix culling. I just like made way too many characters. I didn't need that many. So let's pull like, I don't know, 8,000 gold. Maybe even 9. We can put the extras in again after. Completely replaced my Horde arsenal with remix alts. Faster than to level them to 80. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It sucks that the best thing to do is to delete a character and remake it, but if you didn't have anything that you wanted to hang on to on that character, it was so much more efficient. One Suramar fence. And one Suramar fence post. Perfect. Little more expensive than picking other servers, but it's worth it for me not to have to server jump and make a new character. I know I have a character on this realm already ready to shop, so. Stick our gold back in. Buy our items, or learn our items here. There we go. Very good. Let's get back on Snow Crab. Oh, Mop Remix comes back around. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. Remix characters were named loosely after types of pasta. I love a naming theme. I started to do one too. All of these are aquatic creatures. Some of them are freshwater and some of them are saltwater. I have crawdad and a mono are freshwater creatures, freshwater inverts. Orca's a whale. And then snow crab is a crab. I think there was another one. Not crabby. Crabby was pre-existing, but lamprey is an eel. I think a freshwater eel. Anyway, those are my Legion remix ults. They had an aquatic theme. We're going to snow crab. It's a lot of Volpera. Yeah, Volpera for shopping ults. They zone in Orgrimmar in a place where you can just mount up and do your thing. Biscotti. Yeah, boy is still the best thing. I still can't believe that we got it. That was so crazy. Alright. Blacksmithing. Legion, finished. Coltiran, finished. One item missing from Shadowlands Blacksmithing, and the other one I have. So the question becomes, do I want to level Shadowlands Blacksmithing for this one thing, or do I want to try to buy it? Shadowlands mats are usually pretty cheap. I may or may not want more copies of these in the future. I'm going to do a little price check here. Lacerite ore. If I needed 360 of those. That's like 1,000. A lithium ore. And then another 120. Selenium. 4 gold at 100. Oxine. I think it's not going to be too expensive or difficult to level all of this. But, bearing in mind, if I just wanted to buy the chalice, let me undermine exchange it. That's not the right tab. What's it called? Bejeweled Venthyr Chalice. You could get one of those for like 2,000 gold. Yeah. You could get one of those for like 2k gold. I think that's for now. If I ever decide I want more copies of like the aspirant pool, then I will probably go just level the blacksmithing. But for right now, pretty sure I have. Do I not have one of them on Moonguard? I should have a Moonguard ult. I don't have a Moonguard ult. Let's make one. Realms. Time for another Volpera. I've been starting to give them names that resemble their server name, so it's easier for me. And you can search. There's a search bar, but it's easier for me to find it quickly. So we make a Volpera. Moon Giardia. Is that taken or is that just not allowed? Can she be Moongaga? Yes. I will remember that Moongaga is from Moonguard. I must. Moonguard. I'm just making tabs on tabs for shopping halls. I mean, this is why it's nice to not be at character cap. You could delete the character when you're done with it and then just make a new one every time, but it's convenient to leave characters up on realms that you commonly find yourself shopping on. And finding a name on Moonguard takes some work at this point. I'm dying to know if Moon Giardia is actually taken or if Blizzard decided that that's a bad idea. Alright, so on one of these guys, we grab the Brutosaur. And keep our family strong. And one of the ones... You could also just run to the Auctionist, is right over there, but... some of the Warbank. Again, Bank's right over there, but this is right here. I'm gonna grab 2k gold. Watching, don't see the new bakery backed up. Any reason why? The new bakery thing is from a Discord quest. It's not a Twitch drop. It's a Discord quest. Go to your Discord DMs and go down to quest to activate. And start it, and then you just have to play WoW for 15 minutes. Almost hitting the 900 mount mark. Nice, congratulations. 895. Bejeweled. Get it. Bejeweled Fenrir. We don't get enough get in where I'm at. I feel like I could use more of that energy around. It's a lot of mails. Discord questing does not work on Linux. I thought you told me everything works on Linux. Oh no. We're gonna learn this, and we're done with Shadowlands Blacksmithing. Let's pop back on Moon Crab. We are going to hop in here and have a look. I like the idea of Linux, but in practice I would rather work with whatever garbage Microsoft is shoveling out than have to deal with like weird funky edge cases, and there will always be weird funky edge cases with something like that. Lamprey's Transmog. Oh, we just put it on him. I think it's Trading Post. It's the Garden Gnome set from a Trading Post. Thanks for some of your guides. Watched a few. Oh, shucks. Thanks. Professions. Blacksmithing. 80%. We just have 5 more items. I've learned that one. It just hasn't updated yet. Or I didn't click on it. I should double check that. Dragon Isles Blacksmithing and Kazalgar Blacksmithing. That's where the project starts in. I don't know if I'm ready to start that today. Those are going to be big ones. Love macOS so much. Use it for work when I play games. It's on my Windows machine. I stored it. Oh, is it in my bank? Let me see. I meant to learn it. Ah, it is in my war bank. All right, well that works. Thanks. Thank you for paying attention. I was about to log back on and then go, where'd it go? What happened? Oh no. I can sell off my extra ghost iron. I think we're all set with it. I think my monk order hall decor is just about ready. Da, 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 da. Clean up some room. I wonder how gnarly Dragon Isles Dragonflight Blacksmithing is going to be. I feel like it's going to suck. Draconium ore. Like 10 gold per. Like 300 of these, so about 3k. That's fine. What about Ceravite? Ceravite, I need about 650. Well, that's not too bad. What about Primal Molten Alloy? Is that expensive? Yes. Okay, that's where Dragonflight Blacksmithing gets expensive. It's less than 10k for the other items, but that one you're going to need 30k worth just to level it. Oh boy, okay. It might be a later me problem. Yup. What is Primal Molten Alloy for? Smelted by players with blacksmithing. It's just combined from other mats, I guess. Oh, I don't even have it trained. I would imagine, I think because I need both items, although I'm never going to want copies of them, I don't think. I bet they're way more expensive, though. I'm going to check on the Voldraken Hanging Cauldron. Cheapest one NA is 40k gold, so I am going to be leveling blacksmithing. I am going to be leveling Dragon Isles Blacksmithing. I'm going to take her out to Voldraken to start. We'll worry about the details of it tomorrow. I had to skip Dragonflight Profs last year with dailies and knowledge points. Yeah. I didn't have to do too many dailies so far. I did a few Dragonflight professions, but I had a few of them done. Oh, nice. I got some gold back. From Gnome Smiter on Moonguard. Thank you. So I'm going to take her to Valdrakken. I'm not going to start it right now. That's a Tomoromi problem. Something I do want to do is grab my priest, pull my resonance crystals, and try to buy the rest of the decor for that. Gold farming was easier. Yeah. Anyone else having issues with the new transmog system? Not issues like that. That sounds frustrating. I said I was going to Valdrakken, so I need to look for the big blue dragons. That's the stuff. When the gold needed to level the profession is less than what it's needed to buy one of the things, it becomes a much easier choice for me, even if it's expensive either way. I had some... Actually, before I do this, I had some blacksmithing done on, like, my rogue for some reason. Let me check on this. She does have blacksmithing. She also needs a transmog. She looks awful. Imagine if I just had it leveled to 80 points. I don't think I did that much of it. But I think I did something. I don't know why I did it on my rogue. That's so unlike me. I normally always pursue an armor crafting profession on a class that wears that armor type. She looked way cool. Oh, thanks. Alright, let's get her out of here for now. Closing items rate 80, getting past 50, a lot of specific requirements with reps I don't have. Oh yeah, that would stop you for sure. I definitely leaned on getting some stuff, some recipes from reputations. The nice thing is that there are account-wide reps, so if you did them on any character, you can use them on all your characters, but the gnarly thing is that it's still reps, so if you never did them, then you're in stinky doo-doo. Okay. Fixing my transmog. Priority number 1. Doesn't have to be anything crazy, just put something on that she used to wear. I don't really have backstory for my characters anymore. I used to think about it. I don't really anymore. I just like it when they feel neat. So these are the sets that I had saved for Ripsy specifically. Not mad at that one. Actual rogue sets are kind of like, I don't know. Don't really feel like me. There's lots of like costumey trading post armor. Also, I don't have that many actual rogue sets collected. Like, what am I gonna do? Ever run around like this? This is beyond the point. Let's just stick on this outfit. She has 56 points in Dragonel's blacksmithing. She only needs to get to 80. She needs another 24 points. And she has like accessories already. That might be worth it. Although her specialization might be biting her in the butt. I don't know. She has 30 points in hammer control for no good reason. Interesting. It might be cheaper and easier to pursue this. We could save some ore. I don't know why I did this, but I'll take it, I think. Explorer's Expert Helms. You're making these guys to get to 65, basically. Can I just do that? How much are we talking? Let me get Auctionator for her. You can change the points one time. Okay. Yeah, that might be necessary. We'll have to see. I mean, if I'm willing to budget like 30k. How much is this per point? 128? It's not bad. Let's do... Primal Flux is just bought at the vendor, right? Blacksmithing supply vendors, yeah. I am gonna dig into this more tomorrow. We can get to Veldraken. Interesting. I'm still gonna have to do Kazalgar blacksmithing from scratch, and I think that's gonna be a project. That'll keep us busy tomorrow for sure. What about you guys? Do you do backstory for your characters? Do you have like a little history for your main at least? What are you guys working with? This is where the blacksmithing vendors are. Is there an NPC around here? Speak with Cognir. Can't say that I do. Won't make a character unless I can figure out a good story for them first. The lore is pretty complex. It's character 5 on the login screen. And that's it. I thought I could buy this Primal Flux from Cognir. They said that I could. They lied. Maybe there's another trade goods vendor over this way. I don't acknowledge the R in MMORPG. Don't do backstories. They definitely have different personalities. Yeah, I like to get kind of a vibe, for lack of a more descriptive word. Is it you? Yeah, you'll sell Primal Flux. Oh, 15 gold a piece. It was on the auction house for 10 gold a piece. Yeah. Alright. Get a couple of those. Let's do enough for 10 for now. Miss Dragonflight can't wait for midnight to be mostly outside again. Gardener that adopted my main, another alt. Now they have a little cottage in Razor Wind. Oh. All my dude characters seem to get long hair, so maybe that's my lore. I'm a guy with an RL buzz cut who wishes he had flowing locks of hair that could occasionally be put into a cool ponytail. I mean, when will you wear wigs? How to use one character to do that with? You'd think we'd be able to write our own bios. There's an add-on for it, or at least there used to be. Used to be a really popular add-on. Love that video. Let's do 10 of these and see how far we get. And then I'm going to remember to log into my monk, because I think she's going to get some decor. So we're at 60. We're trying to get to 65. But I think this is the cheapest thing we can realistically do. Everything that gives you a spell point requires sparks, but we can get some catch-up sparks to work with. It sounds like I want to keep making these all the way to 65. Let's do another batch of 10 to just account for them being green. It's not easy being... Uh-oh. It's not easy being broke. Alright. Let's leave this be. I'm always kind of nervous to share my character backstory. Some of them are tied to canon characters. Oh. Do people give you a hard time for that? I don't mind. What am I doing? Monk. Where's my monk? Molly Wobble. There she is. She's Mall Walker Molly Wobble, the Mecha No Mistweaver monk. Her whole personality is being a tongue twister. There we go. Replica, Chronicle of the Ages. And that is my final thing that my monk needed. The only things I now need are Hunter Research and Hunter Troops. Let me check on Hunter Troops at least. it feels so good to have this much done with the class order hall stuff. I was so not looking forward to it. So like getting it shaved down. I know it took us a couple weeks of chipping away at it, but it feels good. Canon is that my two longtime mains, a warlock and a priest, met as children in the Stormwind Orphanage, have considered each other sisters ever since. Only RP stuff I've done is the characters I've had longest now tend to have scars, graying hair, more lined faces. That's cool. I was thinking once when I was looking at my gnome, I was like, over time, I'm aging. My gnome is staying the same. Is that comforting or is it weird? Do I ever want to give my gnome a face with more lines on it? Maybe. I don't know. Actual question. Da-da-da! Raising an army for Tree Shot Lodge. Now, I believe I have finished... Wow, I can't type it out. Let's just search troops. I think I have earned all of the Raise an Army achievements. Yes. They are done. No, I wanted Molly Wobble. Because I was going for the MWs. Because she's a Mist Weaver. I wanted the name to have the same kind of initials. Congrats. Thank you. So now I just need to finish replaying my Hunter campaign so I can recruit a Legion follower, do the last bit of research. I just, like, am really struggling over here. I guess I'm just going to play the odds. 44% is not no chance. 38% is not impossible. You know, we're gonna get these vessel fragments eventually. I still need to do the research here. I should check on the research in general and see if there's some intermediate steps I need to progress. I'm so close to being finished. Forsaken Warlock kicked out of the Kirin Tor for dabbling in forbidden research. Killed by Arthas. Saved by the Dark Lady. I do need to do more of these. Yep. Get these going working because we're going to need more resources. Make sure I have an extra 15k worth. Thankfully, these are transferable. Yeah, just give them all to me. Molly Wobble's done. Now, instead of people guessing I'm in my teens, they're guessing I'm in my 20s. I'm very flattered. The fact that Lily grew up in my main as a panda, I cried. How dare she grow up, honestly? Who does she think she is? Oh, feels good to be done with the troops. This character needs transmog. She looks terrible. This will not do. Hang on. Emergency, emergency. We gotta put on one of her sets. She can't walk around like that. We have... This is normally what I dress her in. Other options include Undersea, Zandalari, Squirt Gun and Sweats. That was my leveling mog. This one can go... That's partial. This is a Blood Hunter set. Yeah, she didn't look very good in the Arathi armor. I think we're going back to her, this one. The belt is like a lot. I might try to find like a downsized version of that belt. The belt is part of the heritage, and I think it's just a bit much for me. Pretty much any brown belt's gonna slot in there. I think that one's nicer. Let's save that. Sweats is Biss. Heritage is so good. All colors. Yeah, I like this character a lot. I think she's cool. Hopefully she has good luck with her terrible odds on her missions. Alright. I'm out of time for today. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm probably going to be doing some Dragon Isles and Castlegar blacksmithing. I got so much decor today. I'm really pleased with it. If we get caught up on decor crafting, we might do some Endeavor coupons maybe? I want to keep cruising. I want to keep collecting. Thank you so much for watching. When is the VOD coming? They take a couple days. They turn up on YouTube. They're also available before then on Twitch. As soon as the stream is over, pretty much you can watch it on Twitch if you're looking to see something a little bit earlier. See everyone tomorrow. Bye.